Trading futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. DD bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rockets through the AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Splintering in awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
this is some good coffee. What's up, guys? Doubly, I'm back to drinking coffee again. Remember I cut out coffee completely from my diet, and now I'm sipping on like a little bit every day. So I feel kind of good. I used to like slam coffee and energy drinks all the time. Now I drink like half a cup of like regular coffee. T-Max here, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's up, Sharon? What's up? What's up, Primal? What's up, Yo? Bash, what's up, P-Busta? Jaded Aid, Michael Fraser. Eli Thomas. Bematu, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. But Alex, what's up, Bonnie Tech? What's up, Blue Can? Good morning. Hope I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. I feel like it was a 24-hour thing. A 24-hour flu sort of thing. I'm feeling much better. I was feeling sick yesterday, so I had like this like 24-hour flu, but like superhero, man. I feel better already. I was like sore. My muscles were sore. I was achy. It was a stomach flu. It was like pretty bad for a day, and now I feel like I feel like fresh, like nothing happened. So hopefully today's good. Hopefully there's no recurring anything. All right, looks like we got market bumped off PCE reports today. I think what we had. Yep. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody else. Good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Let's get ready to roll. I didn't make any trades last night. Oh, speaking of which, let me do something real quick. Oh, let me load this up here. I forgot to sign my agreements for these past evals. Oops. Nope. Oh, how long until they show up? Good morning, guys. What's up? Blue line is overnight dynamic hedge pressure. Call out to fund a next deal. Yeah, it starts on Labor Day, so it's going to be, I think, Monday. Let me double check the date. Yeah, I remember I asked them yesterday. I was like, hey, can you guys throw a deal out there? And they're like, yeah, we'll get back to you. It sounds like a good idea. And then they came out here and threw it out here. It's going to be for September 1st to September 5th. So for an entire week of next week, they listen to me too, right? Don't run their deals on weekends, which is what they did last time as well. So this is, again, legacy accounts, 40% off, no DLL. This is the best deal ever. This is what I call the best prop deal in existence. 40% off, no DLL, uncapped payouts. This is candy right here. This is what you guys have been waiting for. Third time we've had that sale with them, and I pushed for that one. It'll start on Monday, so that's basically it on the legacy accounts. It's pretty exciting. Where's my cell phone telephone? There it is. Hold on. Give me a second, you guys. looks like I'm gonna be down to 6 accounts today. It's so weird. I forgot to sign the forms. One of them just popped up. I wonder how long it takes for the second one. That's kind of cool. So I forgot. Remember I passed those final 2 evals yesterday with these guys, and I forgot to sign the forms because I was sick. I did them this morning. I just did them, and one of them just popped up. The other one hadn't. So I signed 2 of them. One of them's there. One of them's not. All right. Do I have any formation available? If you're talking about right now on the market, nothing yet. See, this is how we start off today. We're gonna look at what we got and close all this down. Go, 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 and go. Okay. Core PC price index. Under 3%, same as last time. There's no big change. Trade goods balance. Now a little bit. And personal spending. Also retail inventories. This is all part of the bigger puzzle. To help understand the logistical chain of stuff. Is there anything big about this? For all domestic personal consumption, increase in retail prices. Sort of just kind of what we expected there. So this is personal spending is basically an inflation adjusted metric for how much people are spending money. You'll notice that there are times when it's gonna be very low, like in COVID, where there's nothing to buy or for whatever reason not spending. You know, after recessions and things, you can start to see people start to spend a little bit less. Anytime it's less than 0, you're pretty much going to be in a recession, or like for long periods of time, or getting out of one. So you notice that in 2008, you notice in 2000. There was like that, and then of course during COVID it was like that, and you know it's slowed down just a little tiny bit recently. I mean, this is noisy data, but I like to look for successive months below 0 just to indicate times is tough, right? Nope. So nothing really crazy there. Retail inventories excluding auto inventories have been like people were, you know, essentially stockpiling before the tariffs, but ignoring. It's so great, just so crazy to see how the data got skewed like post COVID. People out of inventories, people stockpiling inventories, and then the economy catches up back to itself. So this is pretty normal. Right, when things are cheap on the production side, people will stock up. Like, you know, before tariffs come in, people will stock up, and then it shows like essentially the balance of supply and demand of general goods and stuff. If inventories are piling up, then either things are cheap on the supply side or people don't want them on the downstream side. Whatever the case may be, this is nothing alarming there. Wholesale inventories, total value of goods held in inventory by wholesalers, so that's kind of in the middle. Inflation builds into that value, so it's just help you like piece together all logistical stuff. So this is at the wholesale side, this is at the retail side. Total value helps you understand like where the price is being jacked up at. You compare the two, trying to see if there's like the wholesale side should be ticking up because we saw that the PPI was ticking up and the retail side is ticking down, as you see. So it's kind of what you're starting to see now, the logistical differences, right? You can see that. Let me zoom in real quick. That the wholesale side is already starting to bake in the high prices from tariffs, where the retail side hasn't yet. That's what we expect, right? The PPI went up, the CPI is not up yet as well. So the tariffs are starting to slowly make their way into the middle of this. And so we haven't experienced the inflation yet. That's all it's telling you. It's coming, baby. It's coming. We haven't experienced it yet to the full extent, but it's coming. All right, core PC price index coming through. And core is excludes seasonal energy, excludes energy and food prices, and you can see that the PCE price index is slightly going up. It's another way to look at prices of things. You know, we have a million ways to look at prices stuff, and then the PCE price index is somewhere in here. So nothing alarming here today. This is pretty much on point with what we expect that the market should respond or over respond to this. Probably a non-effect. VIX is below triple B, baby. So I don't think the market's we're gonna do much. I think it's gonna matter too much today. I've already kind of accepted the idea that my puts are gonna expire worthless, which is good. Keep long in this market. Baby. New to channel and futures is your trial membership to teach the differences between options and futures, and someone coming in wanting to start with prop firms. Yes, sir, Matt. This is exactly what we do. We specialize in that. If you guys are looking to check out what Rocket Scooter does, and give a drop a little pitch here really quick, we have one of the biggest futures trading communities on the planet, the third largest live streaming futures day trading stream. I'm the CEO of the Rocket Scooter company. We built this platform here. We're having talks with big prop firms now about further integration. Big stuff is coming down the road. You guys can go to our website. The link is in the description below. I'll post it for you here. You guys can read about what it is we teach. You can also just read the reviews that people have said about the software and the platform. People have just said, like, I mean, this is all the reviews over the last year since we've done the boot camp. There's lots of stuff to read. I keep going, but you can see for yourself what it says. If somebody says absolutely nothing like this, only costs $20 to make your trading life better. People say some cool stuff here. These are all the customers saying things. So go read what it is about. They tell you like what it is we do here. We teach you trading from the scratch. We don't really do a lot of charting and chart reading. We think that stuff is very elementary. We actually go into teaching you why the markets move, how to harness that understanding into actionable trading ideas, position risk management, the most important part of it, how to sit out when you need to, how to identify the trend properly. Like right now, I know the market's bullish. The market hasn't opened yet. I know we're bullish today. We have 3 indicators we look at. We'll teach you that as well. And then we teach you prop trading at the end of all of the understanding. And prop trading is what we specialize in. I'm kind of one of the most integrated kind of teams in the prop space world. So also here, we basically get the biggest hookup out there. Like yesterday, I texted the guys at Fund Next and triggered a sale starting next week. So if you like to do props, this is where you'll get all the hookups. So we're going to get a sale starting Friday with one of our bigger partners here. So guys, DD greater than half today. That's for sure. So we're bullish out the door. That doesn't mean I'm chasing along, but it means I can put along on the table right at the open. Speaking of right at the open, where are my indicators? Why are we not popping up? Load this up really quick. Okay. What is going on here? Let me reload my platform. Hold on, guys. Does not have me logged into my futures broker. What the heck, man? Okay. There we go. All I need to do is log back out and log back in. Then once you get to see my password. I love My Little Ponies 42069. That's my password. All right, here we go. Michigan numbers today. Yes, sir. We got Michigan numbers coming up pretty soon. It's going to be inflation expectation 5-year is expected to be 4, and the 1 year is expected to be almost 5. So we'll see what we come through with that. Hopefully it's coming down as we overshot in the inflation, starting to balance out. The expectation to be lower. I would say if it comes in close to like the low 4s, then the market's gonna be fine. People are betting on it not showing any kind of worsening situation. It shouldn't show anything worse. Nothing's really changed, but we'll see. That's right after market opens today. So this could do anything to the market today, even catalyze a big sell-off day, whatever. And also Chicago PMI is coming out this morning, but don't really regard Chicago PMI as that much of an important event. So I'll look at Trump's been trying to monopolize government and fudge government report numbers. Geez, you think like yesterday's, oh my God, yesterday's look like a total government fudge. Yesterday's data made the economy and the inflation situation looks like a shining beacon. Everything looks great. I don't know, fudging the numbers so they can sell some debt. I don't know, rebalance everything. Who knows what they try to do? But PC prices, GDP all came out like the market was like the economy was growing and looking great. Like nothing happens. PC price is not going. Prices PCE core down 1%. Well, that's great. GDP up 4% over the quarter. Well, that's great. Corporate profits up 5% over the quarter. Or like not only just like slight differences, but like, hey guys, you know, from July to August, I know inflation got worse, but hey, everything got 5 times better, you know, like, well, anyways, GDP sales up quarter 2 and minus 3.1 up 7%. Sales have changed an additional 10%. But where's all the money coming from? We just had the data come out this morning. So, you know, that wholesale inventories are starting to stockpile. The value's there. People aren't selling stuff as much as inflation's slowly starting to hit the shelves. But sales are up 10% over the last month. So something smells fishy over there in the old government number database. And just letting you guys know, I have no plans to shoot myself in the back of the head twice with a gun. I certainly love my life to telling you this. So, just FYI, some kind of corporate fudgery over there. They need to open a cookie shop. There's so much fudging going on. I don't know, or government fudgery. So, yeah, no desire to shoot myself a point blank range in the back of the head. So, just if you guys ever, so ever happens, just remember revealing the government fudgery of the numbers. Yeah. Just call somebody. All right, SPY greater than MHP. I'm sure it'll be Ninja revised as we've seen before, right? Probably in the next couple of days, we always see like we recalculated the numbers and oh, it wasn't that good. I mean, maybe there's something we don't understand. Maybe things just got really good, but corporate profits being up. So companies, they have been beating earnings, but which was surprising. And that's one thing we did notice. You know, there's a lot of companies beating earnings expectations. So in this light, you know, people are making money somewhere, somehow, for whatever the reason is. So today, the bull bear bias ratio greater than half, SPY greater than MHP, monthly maps likely bullish. All 3 greater markets indicators are bullish today. So I'll have bullish kind of mindset right out the door. I don't know if I want to take the 1A trade with, because normally you're going to get bull long up style type trading. When the market went up yesterday, we're probably going to maintain the same setup today. Question always is, do I want to long at the open or not? There's a 17-point gap fill today on this, which is actually fairly large. It gives me time to wait for a minute or two to get that fully developed thing. Normally when it's flat, I'll just usually gamble right at the open, but starting at the start of the day, even though I think it's bullish, let's wait because we do have the Michigan numbers coming out and that's going to actually be a big mover. These Michigan numbers are going to be out at there it is, 53 minutes. And while we wait, we have some more songs to continue to listen to, but I just can't get enough of listening to this one song. It's so funny. Like, I want to hear it one more time before we start the day.
Hi, my name is Dave.
We've been jamming to this song. So of all the new songs in Song Submission, this one just makes me laugh every time. So one of my new favorites. What's that? Pasha Evo account on Apex and now signed for the real account using a VPN because of Ninja Traders blocked me on. Will Apex do payout or can they block me? I'm not really that sure about Apex. Somebody here might be able to tell you because I just started sort of like giving Apex a nod to try to see if we can't work with them or not. We have a code with these guys, but I'm not really too familiar with the rules of Apex. Maybe somebody here can tell you though. Can tell you about Funded Next. Want to scale new props? Only use CPT, Tradeify, blah, blah, blah. Rarely props overlooking the newer props, so they have history behind them. Funded Next is one of the big Forex giants. They're really, that's one of the 2 firms I trade with. They're really, really good. they have a very special setup that nobody has, which is why we like them, is they have uncapped payouts in the legacy. You can lump sum uncapped payouts, 100-0 split, which means they don't take any profit split from you. And on occasion, like this Monday, they're gonna have a special where it's 40% off, and then they take the DLL rule away. So basically you have no DLL and uncapped payouts. That combination doesn't exist in prop firms. Nobody has that. No DLL and uncapped payouts is a money loser to them, but they do it for market share. So to see uncapped payouts is rare enough. No DLL. The only other firm that comes close is My Fund Futures. They have the no DLL, but their payouts are capped at 80K on the pro side, which is practically uncapped as well. But you also get a 100-0 split. So it's fun. The next they don't take anything of your payout. So these three things right here make that particular sale they have on Monday the best prop sale in existence, the best prop accounts you can buy, because the rules are so perfect for that. And when they have the sale, that's when it's really time to like take a look at it. So, you know, we kind of be smart about prop firms here. You know, we're not always, sometimes some of them are better than others, but that's the big time to do it. They have two plans there too. They have the Rapid and they have the Legacy. Legacy is just straight account that you build a balance and then you take a payout. You can take half of your balance out after 5 trading days, basically it. The Rapid is very similar to My Fund Futures scale plan, which is you have no consistency on the first side on the eval, so you can pass in a day, and then you only have 40% unfunded, so you get a payout after 3 days. So with Funded Next, all in 4 days to pay out, starting from eval on the scale. The Rapid plan. Also, they have no monthly fees and no activation fees. It's a one-time fee all in, which is even crazier. So I think they are trying to enter the market on the futures side because they started this year with a bang to really get attention. And they're about to release their live program and everything after that. So how profitable are they with the 100-0 split? Oh, I mean, the split isn't how prop firms make money, right? On the sim funded side, the prop firms, you're not actually really trading, right? If you're doing prop firms, Thomas. Prop firms are sim funded. So essentially you are trading, they make money from eval sales, right? Whether it's 90-10 split or 80-20 split. The split is just them paying you less money out of their balance, right? So all prop firms make money the same way through failed evals. Yeah. 40% off Legacy is basically a wrap with uncapped payouts. A slightly different, Oscar, because the Rapid is a 1 day pass, 3 day payout. Excuse me. The Legacy is slightly different. It is 2 days to pass eval. I think it's 50%, right? And you have to, what's the consistent? Is it 50? My brain is already like, let me see if I can load one up and see what it is. I usually know these off the top of my head, and my brain gets all twisted sometimes because I get so much data going through there. 40%, that's right. So they're both 40% in both sides. So hold on. Unfunded side. I thought it was 50% on the 40%. 3 days to pass eval. Yeah, okay, that's right. I get so confused with funded My Fund Futures. Sorry, 3 days to pass eval on the Legacy, and then 5 days to pay out. That's right. That's right. I have mushy flu brain right now. So Rapid gives you smaller tiered payouts. As long as you hit your profit target and hit your consistency, then you get paid out. These, as long as you trade for 5 days and you make at least $500, you can take out half the balance. Big lump sum checks. So Rapid, that gets you to pay out faster. Legacy takes a little bit longer, but you can get a big chunky payout after that. Yep. That's right. 40% on funded only. Yeah, Rapid is a 1 day pass. So on the legacy, yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up, Pit Trades? Dude, Bounty, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm feeling better, man. It was like a 1 day stomach flu. I'm feeling much better now, though. So looks like when I signed both of the forms today, one of the fundeds activated and one of them didn't. How about that? That sucks. Let me text them real quick. Ooh, it's because I had some slurm. Yeah, that's what it was, man. Labor Day sale, yeah, it's for legacy accounts, and it's gonna start on Monday. So, and with the sale also, it's not set up to use codes anymore. You have to use a link and then their code. So use our link; it gives us the credit for it, and then use whatever code they give you. They're not tying it to people's codes anymore. For this particular, for the no DLL, this is the way they're starting to do the no DLL. Because it's a different account parameter type, and I think that's their way of not having the bugs with the no DLL. Still long at 69. Gamma running over here with balls of steel at the open. Do I want to take the long trade? 657, 766. Damn, it's a 100-point gap down on NASDAQ. And we actually are in the middle of between here and there. You're 639. Oh, you're down here. So you were before the news. Okay, cool. So do I want to be long for gap fill? That's the next question. I can take one small long gamble bet, one contract, one account sort of thing, or just wait. It's such a big enough gap fill that I'd rather probably wait. What do I think about the 50-20 EMA? Dan, man, I don't really put a lot of faith in the technical indicators anymore. When I started trading 15 years ago, I used to use moving averages and other things to get started. Since then, I've mostly abandoned most of it. I strictly look at just the price without much of it. Moving averages are going to have, they're going to be better the farther out in time you zoom. On the shorter term time frame, they're going to be very inconsistent with day trading, especially like 1 minute candle sort of timing. EMAs or any kind of moving averages are going to be delayed after the effect. The market's going to move and your averages will like give you the signal later. So you almost have to use the moving averages to kind of infer that they're kind of like closing in on each other. But then all it does is identify consolidation, which you can usually see without it faster. So as you explore your journey, like if you hang around on the channel, you'll see what I do. I kind of abandoned technical indicators altogether. I usually just use levels and then I just trade off the levels. The indicators I do have are confluence. They're tying the index to the stock market and looking at the stock market in a single go. So I can see if the stocks are moving first and the index can move with it. But that's basically where I limit myself. I look for volume-based indicators only. VWAP. Yeah, VWAP would be better. Like if you're looking for indicators that are useful on the charts, anything related to volume, VWAPs and volume profiles are goated when it comes to the only indicators I'll say that I think are worth the damn. And I think there's maybe some people have some other ones they look at, but I'll tell you, anything that looks at volume is king. And in general, anywhere you can produce liquidity or show that there's liquidity, show there's a cluster of buyers and sellers, that's a signal. right? Price action alone doesn't give you a signal. There's a lot of gurus and stuff out there selling indicators that just look at price. Price will never be a signal. It's nothing but noise. But volume and price together, that's a good signal, because volume will indicate there's a burp of buyers and sellers. Example today, if the market were to fall to here, 552, our algorithm is already telling you 552 is a guaranteed volume spike no matter when you touch it. It's a whole algorithmic thing. So I know there's buyers or sellers here. I don't know who's going to win the fight, but I know if I wanted to long, I'm not going to long anywhere until at least here. And then I'm going to bet that when the buyers and sellers step in, that the buyers win the fight there. The idea is I can identify where volume will be. Now, Rocket Scooter has a leg up on VWAP and volume profile already because we can plan ahead. But even so, this could be like a high volume node from yesterday. And then, there's maybe volume there today. Or this could be like where, market's trading lower and maybe the VWAP intersects with that thing and then it pops up there or whatever. Or, sorry, that all backwards, but you know what I mean? Say the VWAP was under here and it lands on the VWAP. It's the same thing. Usually people use VWAP as a sort of, confirmation of liquidity. And so, yeah, those are infinitely better. What about miles per hour, baby? All we do is have speed and acceleration in this channel. Accelerate your profits. That's a bad one. So yes, sir, baby. You definitely want to use that. Maybe we can talk about how we trade the new funded X deals later. They start on Monday, Lucas. So that's just a heads up. I'm the first person with the announcement. They finally started telling people today, but they told me yesterday. So it starts on Monday for the funded X. Monday. Footprint charts and heat maps. Yeah, those are good for confirmation. So two types of indicators. There are planning tools and there's confirmation tools. Or, footprint charts and all that stuff is confirmation. It's showing you real time what's going on. Rocket Scooter is different. It tells you where volume is going to be before you get to it. So the idea is that when you get here, you want the order flow stuff to sort of like start beep, 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 something happening. You want the two together. One lets you plan, the other one confirms the plan after it happens. You use Anchor VWAPs as average Jack is helping you. Hey, so in our chat, by the way, if you guys have questions, always ask the chat. I feel like we have the most, and this is what I've told some of our prop partners, we have the most sophisticated, literally the most sophisticated, I would say, trading audience on the planet. This is where all the smart people end up. All the idiots are like, oh, flashing car, oh, I can't wait. I'm 19, I want a Lambo. That they end up in other streams, right? But the people that are like making money, even as adults, maybe not even trading, wealthy people, smart people, they kind of end up in this stream. So you guys have questions, ping this stream. There are so many multimillionaire traders, career traders, doctors turned traders, computer science majors turned traders, engineers turned traders in this group. So everybody here is gonna be a little bit much of like a smarter crowd. I tell my proper partners that I'm like, you can't fool my audience. I had a heart to heart with Apex last night. I'm like, it's pretty polarized. My audience hates you. They don't even, it's not even lukewarm. They absolutely despise you and they're mad at me for bringing your name up. Let's have a talk. Let's fix some things. And like, okay, let's meet up sometime. This is a smarter crew. You can't pull the wool over their eyes. They're very intelligent people. This is where the smarty pantses end up. So I revealed to Apex that you guys hated them. With the passion, not just like lukewarm, but that it was bad. And they were like, wow, thanks for the feedback. I mean, I don't think they've ever gotten the feedback before. So I gave them something to think about. Like maybe they'll, we'll have a heart to heart with the higher levels there and then say like, you need Apex 2.0, man. You trying to recapture market share? Let's get you guys, let's tell you where the problems are and maybe you guys can fix it. Simple things. You're 18, been watching weeks straight. Let's go. Starting early, man. I wish when I was like in college, dude, or high school, I was like, trading was a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but it wasn't like a retail thing. Wall Street was so out of my league and untouchable when I was 18. I graduated in 2000. So, at that time, the internet just came out. So like people are like retail, there's not retail trading by any means. So you're a garage man turned trader. There you go. You have to be a fly on the wall. Apex is the worst trading rules. Yep. So we'll see if we can't use our magic wand. Pew, 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 pew. And we tell them like, change this, change that. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Let's see what they do. HVAC trying to go full trader. Let's go. Any like a lot of people, especially like a lot of people like trade skill. Any trade skill folks are highly technical people too. I've never met a person that works on a trade skill isn't highly technical at everything they do. Like anything they touch, they can fix anything. They break something, they fix it. They can build it. They can mess with it. And trading, you're like right up the alleyway of trading. Anybody that played with Legos as a kid is a great trader. You know, we had somebody in here that was a millwright. We had somebody here that was a welder. A lot of people, and not all the people I ever talked to, especially when I worked in the plants. Any engineer, any trade skill, you work with your hands, you build stuff. Trading is you know, it's gonna be right up your alley. We all play with Legos when we're kids. That's why we do what we do as a job. Business owner turned trader. Dang, there you go. Apex confuses copy or error for hedging. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Apex, you know, this is stuff you guys need to fix. And hopefully this works. Let me see what they say. So right now I'm missing one of those 2 evals I passed yesterday to finally get all 7 of my accounts funded again. One of them showed up this morning. One of them's missing. How about that? Well, gotta love it. I sent a text about it. One of them showed up immediately. One of them didn't show up. So today, guys, Elite Trader Funding is blessing us with 4 direct-to-funded accounts. I have a special announcement about Elite Trader Funding from the inside. They've got some big changes coming out. I'll tell you guys about them. I'll give you a little hint. They have a new website redesign launching September 15th. A long time ago, I recommended that they change their website. We drew some mock-ups and hit it over and based on some of your guys' feedback. And so September 15th, their website is going to be rehauled so that it's easier to see the plans next to each other and stuff. They have a comparative eval features along with many other details meant to help in understanding the type of products. So they got that coming out. I mentioned to them as well about their active trading day rule, or quote unquote their consistency rule, to see if they can't maybe, theirs is unique and different, which isn't bad. It's just different. It's not what people are used to, but at first it requires a little explanation to understand. And I asked them if they can consider going to the traditional consistency rule model. And I'm gonna try to see if, you know, again, I have no power to change a props business core, you know, risk model, but just as an idea, I was like, you know, it's really hard to understand U-style consistency rule because everyone else does it a different way in the same way. So you got to educate people as to why it's different or better, because at first people are confused about it. They're like 63%. I don't understand. I'm like, it's a different rule. With them, you have to make at least a certain amount for it to count. With the others, you can't make any more than a certain amount for it to count. They're completely opposites. So slightly different. Pushing all the limits. But anyways, they're going to have some, so right now they're going to have, so because of that, their answer was they're going to have some kind of ways to train people on this, like basically on the website to show you the differences and why it's technically better. Now, again, I think they're both equal as far as like better or not better. They're both serve the same purpose. One of them, they both require you to trade consistently. One of them just limits how much you can make. The other one, ETF, forces you to make more, which, you know, to each their own, whatever you think is better. Tradeify's consistency is weird. But yeah, you have to make, like, you can't, well, Tradeify's consistency is like everybody else's. Your biggest trade can't be any more than X% of the total, which means you have to set a profit limit and you're done for the day. With ETF, you have to trade greater than a minimum and no less than a maximum. The bigger you trade, the bigger you have to keep trading. So it adjusts. So with them, it's like, as long as you're consistent with yourself, you can completely ignore their rule because that's good. If you do the same thing every day, whether it's big or small, then you're fine. It just forces you to trade exactly the same way, which is great. You can't have like a $100 profit day, then a $5,000 profit day, then a $300 profit day, and it all counts. It's like if you make $500, you got to make at least, or 5,000, you got to make at least 3,000 for it to count. So your little days aren't considered so that you don't flip the accounts after one big lucky day. They're all trying to forbid you from doing one thing, which is making it all in a single day, which everyone has a unique way of doing it. Please, not another flat open. No, this should not be a flat open. We're gapping down at least 100 points in NASDAQ. So this definitely won't be a flat open. It's 2.5 strikes lower. So NASDAQ is certainly not a gap, not a flat gap. So because we're gapping down so much and got 100 points to play with, and Michigan numbers are coming out, I can pretty much bet that I've got 2 or 3 minutes to let this develop before I decide what I want to do. Yeah. Because of the 38% rule, you lost 17K. Yeah, so like as I'm saying, as we kind of grow our relationship with those guys, I'm gonna have to say that, you know, my recommendation is that they kind of get rid of that rule. It would be better, I think, without it, but I can only push, you know, to see what they say. But some people like it. It's up to different styles of trading, right? But remember, we develop relationships with our partners, and we've gotten partners to change their rules for us. FundNX, I got them to get rid of the VPN rule. FundNX, I got them to get rid of the microscaling rule the way that it was. So some of them are very eager to listen to what you guys are saying, because they know that we're like not just complaining because we're needy little kids that want to win for free. They know that we're like kind of a more intelligent community, and you guys have really good feedback. They want to listen because they know you guys are not just being selfish and stupid for your own reasons. They know that you're being fair when you're analyzing it. You know, that you're not just like being oblivious, like you want free stuff for no work. They know that we're doing our homework by, you know, voicing our opinion, that it's a very informed opinion. So that's why they like to listen to what we say, which is kind of neat, which I like. All right, baby, we're opening up greater market all bullish. So I'm gonna wait and let the market fully develop. We have a full 100-point move on NASDAQ. Now remember, we have 30 minutes after market opens. We have the Michigan numbers coming out, so don't be too heavy-handed leading into that. Michigan numbers are going to move for sure. The question is, are we going to still keep coming down with those Michigan numbers? 4.9% was the last print, so we'll see. I think just for fun, I'm going to do one contract, one account, and that's it, just at the start. And that's it. Let's see what we get as far as liquidity maps go. Our resiliences are positive. That's good. Again, we are gapping down and trading slightly down. Actually, res is going positive. Again, I'm taking small risk in one account. That's it. Not the best setup. So I'm going to wait and wait for liquidity maps to come out. This was just in case it moved. This account has plenty of room to play. I'm going to wait for my liquidity maps to come through before I make any bigger decision. And it takes about a minute to happen. So not the best trade, but we'll see. Maps come through. What do you think about trade day? I've never looked at them. I only really talk about my partners because I do thorough investigations of them to make sure that, you know, I understand and agree with their setups and rules and stuff. So I've never really looked at some of the other ones, like trade day or anything. I haven't really looked at them. We're not getting any opening momentum, probably some opening selling momentum. All right, so we have bull long up in the S&P. Nothing but B setup, and of course downward pressure could bring us down to 60-50. Okay, there's no setup here on the S&P. There's no setup on NASDAQ except for lower DD band, and we're opening up and trading lower with positive res. That looks kind of okay. Let me try with one more. Let me see if I can't. Again, this is just B setup with a big gap down and positive res for half gap. This is a very easy trading day. If we lose this, then I've got A+ down in here, which is good. Other than that, going from here to fill gap with positive support on the res side is good. So this is all gap fill trade. Nothing else. Liquidity maps giving us nothing. It's all the same setup as usual. Gap down, do we fill the gap? We'll see. Positive res is good. NASDAQ is kind of fighting though, so let's be careful. Let me double check NVIDIA here while we're waiting. Let me make sure VIX is on the right side of triple B again. Yeah, VIX is good too, so I think we're all right. So NVIDIA, the problem here that I don't like is that NVIDIA has a lot of room to fall. So that brings NASDAQ in line with DD band. So today we might actually have a DD band interaction, which is great. So what I'm going to do is, this is 650 to 550. 100 points. If we do fall like down below here, I can stop out and I've got A+ set up from here to there. So no matter which way we go, guys, we have 100-point moves today. This is gonna be beautiful. Actually very beautiful. Now S&P res is good, Nasdaq res is good, so I think everything's pretty solid. I don't hate it. This is not A+ setup though. B+ to gap fill. So what we're looking for is if these white numbers here are greater than 0, which they are, the note will say support, support, and support right here. So the idea is that this is going to try to be support. And if as long as it does, the move is 100 points. So my job is to find out where it's going to hook. And if the market dies today, remember, I still have my puts, which is kind of nice to hedge on the other side of this. So nothing is an A setup. This is not really the best trade in the world. It is failing the open price. We're going to watch this. And NVIDIA does have room to move. And I think that's why the Nasdaq is probably going to be shooting down a little bit. S&P is probably a little less violent than that. Yeah, S&P is pretty much hanging on to the point here. So Apple's good on bull side setup. Amazon, decent on bull side setup. Yes. Microsoft, good on bull side setup. Meta. Meta's in liquidity pocket. That's good. Tesla, bull side setup. So everything's looking pretty solid with the exception of NVIDIA. Okie doke. So NVIDIA has a bounce point right here at 175. So one contract can absorb a lot of drawdown for NVIDIA to bounce. That's where the big hook is going to come on NASDAQ if we get it. So if we sell off, then that's great too. I'd like to see the market sell off because I got puts underneath me. So not a great long setup, but everything is looking pretty solid, at least so far on the resilience front. And I spoke too soon because now it's starting to fall. Not the best. Okay, so I might just decide to get out of this one in a little bit. If it doesn't get inside the band here, I'll probably get out of this. If we tuck back in, it's a 100-point rip, so we'll see. I don't know if we'll get the move until the mixing numbers come out, but at least it's worth trying to take a tab on. Guys, do me a favor and smash the like button, friends. We'd love to see you guys supporting the channel here. This got bad really quick. So all of the polarity just flipped to resistance now. Let's see who was it? No, it was. Look at Apple. Apple's pretty much MHP break today, so this can get probably a little nasty. So everybody keep your eye on Apple today. Apple's a flat open and we broke the MHP. So Apple's going to fight here for a little bit. Crunchy crunch. So somebody answered the question in chat. I've been trading for 15 years and full time for about 10. So this is your 10 for me. All right, my confidence in this, not that high, not the highest. As long as this guy gets above 0, then this can move. This has been flip-flopping support resistance. We are overshooting, which isn't the best sign. Volatility the way that it is, but I'm not anticipating volatility to be too bad with VIX continuing to trade lower, especially into the open. And VVIX is relatively low as well, close to the 90s. So not too bad, but I'm not taking my risk in all the accounts. This is not looking so hot, especially with the candles pushing lower and lower and lower like this. We'll probably try to see inside of here whenever NVIDIA hooks or Apple hooks, that's when the market will move. So unfortunately, Nasdaq is starting to look like NVIDIA. NVIDIA could dump here. If it breaks here, the market's crashing. So be careful today. Watch NVIDIA and Apple as the main stocks of trading Nasdaq. They're the ones that are right on the fence. Keeping my positions light here. So today's potential trade is either a gap fill run, 100 points, or we dip to DD band, I get 100 points off of that. So days like this are going to be fun because if I take an initial loss, I've got plenty of room to play it a second time. So I don't know if we're going to get the gap fill with resilience being negative. So I might take the little loss just at out the door here. All right, let me start taking And out of these, let me close these out. Okay. I'm going to wait for lower DD band for the tap. All right, I just took the loss, which is fine. I've got my A plus down here. This will be good. So now I get the lower lows to kind of play with, and then we double check where Nvidia is bouncing. Not yet. Not yet. So now the A plus I have at the bottom, which is good. I took one small stab at the B. These guys are flipping to resistance, so I'm going to kind of stay out of the way here for a minute. All right, I'm fully flat now. This is A plus down here. A plus. So what I'd like to see, if this does sell off progressively throughout the morning, I'm going to stay on the sidelines and I'm going to take a long ride at the bottom band, which is good. So we're going to let this guy play around. Michigan numbers are coming out in about 22 minutes. Absolutely fine. A plus setups are better. I'm not the biggest fan of B trades anyways, unless I get really strong reads. And we have a really big shift. And S&P is like bullish though, and Nasdaq is not. It's kind of like why I still want to kind of be in on this. I know Nasdaq's the only one I'm really considering right now, but S&P is the one that's looking good. The gap fill. What should I do? 574, yeah. Yeah, that's right down in here. So the B setup, that's just a small risk, didn't play out, which is fine. Nasdaq's pulling back. I was kind of hanging on just because S&P was looking good. There's a clear index divergence between these, so we're going to see that the light is going to be red. So I've certainly closed everything out, which is perfect, which is great because I want the better setup in a second. This was a B plus that flipped between plus and minus as that was resistance. This is all A plus down in here, which is good. And boy, if the market crashes today, baby, oh man, I can't wait. I'm gonna I still got those bad boys. So I'll be excited to see that. 574 is a potential bounce point pivot. And also let's look where Nvidia's got its bounce point here. That's it, Nvidia on MHP breaks. So be careful. This is where, let me go ahead and put Nvidia on my screen on its own. Keeping it light and small today. Nvidia is looking hella brutal right now. Nvidia had a 175 MHP, so let me just mark that so I can remember. That is the bounce point if there was anything. So there could be a hook right here for the market to turn around, and we'll see. At least Nvidia is finding a bounce point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chill. We're going to chill for now. Michigan numbers coming out. NQ has 23,574. Is the overnight MHP, as somebody had mentioned. 677. These are the newer numbers. So Nasdaq has support all down in here. It's all A plus. So today I'm going to wait. I'm going to get the A plus setup off of here. All down in here. This is all going to be good eats. Let's wait for it. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so let's get another DOM prepared. I'm gonna rotate that one out and rotate this one in. PMI's in how many minutes? Well, the Chicago PMI, I honestly, it doesn't really do much. It's just Chicago. It's not really like a national thing, so I typically ignore the Chicago PMI. So Nvidia is bouncing right here. This is what we're watching, the MHP interaction with Nvidia. I would say if you have a side chart up, make sure you watch that 575 level. Nvidia and Nasdaq are going to move side by side in the S&P as well. They're going to basically be one and the same. So if Nvidia does break 175 for the long haul, that's pretty bad. This is the entry point on, particularly on this bounce, if there is anything. That could be the undershoot case. It's about NQ 572, like right on the edge there. Yeah, right about here. Yeah, probably should be. These would be pretty short-lived here. Now we wait. Waiting is key. Waiting is key. Keep an eye out here. Let me load up a tick chart so I can zoom in on this. They're going to wait for things to play out a little bit further. Nvidia just getting shat on today. Oh, guys, I think we're going to be selling off a little bit harder than this. This ain't a dip to buy. Not the video doing that. Nvidia's been like trying to figure out what it wants to do since earnings. And this is a little alarming that we're actually breaking through yesterday's earnings close. Like after Nvidia moved and came here, we're actually lower than that. So that's a little alarming. So be careful that VIX doesn't tail up either. Yeah, so it's going to be finding some lower lows today. This can become a very nasty selling day if this starts to trigger. Apple as well, right? Apple was also, we got two of the big daddies kind of sort of threatening a sell-off. Apple finally rectified itself, but boy, it's all congested on Apple. It's almost a coin flip there. No clear direction on two of the biggest companies out there, but Amazon now has broken through. It's a BSD below blue, which is typically bearish pressure as well. There's just no arrow there. Microsoft MHP break. Okay, Meta. Geez, all right. So Meta is kind of on the edge too. So a lot of the stocks are flipping bearish right now, especially in tech. I would say that if I were to look at the sector tracker, so no trade right now, let me just chill on this. It might actually be a really bad day. Let's refresh this. So PMI in about one, Chicago PMI in 1 minute. It may move the market, but probably not as much. And how is tech 0.8% up? Might not be all the companies. So, oh, that's right. Because tech is Microsoft and Apple are still doing okay. And Broadcom is doing very well. Some of the tech is doing very well, actually. Just the big dogs aren't. So, all right. I sense a bounce here, but we'll see. 602 to 574. So I've got plays off of both of these orange and green lines today. Let me grab one right there. Let me load up some of these right here. Right at orange. One contract, one account. MHP tap. Resilience is looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good on the S&P side. Nasdaq's probably the worst to trade today. It's probably not the best trade to be trading. S&P is a little stronger. Ooh, there we go, Nasdaq. Let's go to DD band, baby. Perfect. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's hit it. Fingers crossed for DD band. Fingers crossed. Chicago PMI came out as a huge miss, 41.5 on a 47.1 read. And again, like I said, I got puts. So if the market's dead today, then I'm happy. I'm very happy if the market dies. I'll hold through this one. let's get our bounce there. I'm fingers crossed on this one. But boy, dude, Nvidia is collapsing today. Huge selling pressure on Nvidia. Fingers crossed. All right, we got to get the song going. I'm just measuring the distance here. This is going to be 625 to 540. 85. And 40 points on the half. It's getting hammered pretty hard on the Nvidia side. Hang in there, market. We love our DD band here. Come on, don't find lower lows. So I have a 510 is my allowed 40 point stop underneath this. So this could actually fight pretty hard around here. So no, hold on to that. We'll see. We'll see. It's getting hit pretty damn hard for sure, right around the edge here. All right. Let me get back to one contract instead of two. $551, $510. Yeah, this is pushing hard. But if the market does die today, this is why I put just in case it happens. So the last thing I want us to see is close. I want to see us close above here if we can, which would be good. It is going to fight pretty hard. I have a 40-point stop underneath green, which is good. And that's my second stab at this. And if the market does die today, then that's what I got puts for. So we'll see. That's why I got him. 552, 510. So yeah, it's a baby whoosh fan, but we'll see. Get back on two. I'm kind of pissed at like not all my accounts are showing up. That's kind of pissing me off. Hang in there. I need one more song. ESC, ESC, ESC. Hold on. All right, so we'll see if this turns out to be okay. But it's kind of it's okay now. Would I take profit? I don't know, man. S&P resilience is positive. This could bounce up and V up all the way up to gap fill today. I don't know. This is alarmingly strong. I don't even know. The Michigan numbers coming out too could completely just like flip this market on its head. I really don't know, other than I just want to hold on all day. If it holds, I don't know if this is a scalp trade. It's so weird with S&P resilience positive. If this were to hook and fill the gap, oh, that'd be fantastic. But we'll see. Like, we'll see what happens. The idea is with everything being support, this can go all the way up to there. This could be 40-point run on the S&P. So who fucking knows, man? This literally could all just go way back up to where it started. But we'll see, right? It's all going to hinge on what NVIDIA and other stocks are doing. But technically speaking, the index is really strong. What I see on tech, a lot of the stuff is still somewhat bullish. How do I know these support lines? Dude, this is the Rock Scooter algorithm. That's how powerful it is. It's predictive volume. Like, look, see this? Like, literally, the volume spike is exactly to the penny. That's kind of the genius behind what we invented here. Just volume pivots. Now, hopefully they hold. If they don't hold today, then I'm going to take a lick, but fingers are crossed here. Here's a DD retest. I know. Let's hold. Let's hold. Let's hold. Let's hold, baby. It's starting to pick up a little bit of speed. VIX also interacting with Triple B right now, so this is the key. Keep an eye out right here at 6092. It's pretty brutal today. But usually it can hook, so fingers are crossed. And if today the market dies, that's what my puts are for, so I'm okay. All right, so this is right on the edge, 52 down to 52 down to what am I looking for? 40-point stop. So right about 10 or so is what I'm gonna get out of this. Fuck. Okay, that's brutal. Okay, we got the it's not news or anything. Michigan numbers, not yet. That's coming out in 3 minutes. Oh my God, what a crazy place to be even before the Michigan numbers. All right, you know what? Let me drop down to 2. I'm right on the edge of my stop here. And Michigan's coming out. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. Oh man, I hate being in a position that I want to be in. This is a gamble even into the news. And I'm right on the edge of a stop. All right. Do I just be a wuss or what, guys? What do y'all think? It's right on the edge. I trimmed down to 1. I can hold through the gamble. I should be able to do it. Okay. All right, Michigan numbers coming through. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. It's right on the edge of a stop, though. I trimmed back down to 1. Let me see how my puts are doing today, by the way. Yeah. All right, I'm out. Put some of this down. Okay. Every single time. No good. Set the market dice in. Let me see how my puts are doing, by the way. Yeah, this is tough. Well, that's good. This is why I hedged, but my puts are up 60% today. That's good. That's all I want to see. If the market dies, then I'm covered. Nobody cares about your puts. Nobody cares about you. Random. So I do have a really strong structured trade. I'm going to get right back in right after Michigan numbers here. Yeah, people care about complex structured trades. Some people care about doing well as a trader, but other people don't. I don't know how many tens of thousands a month you pump into the prop industry, Trigger. I'm just curious. We're here to help you, dude. Like, you're probably watching YouTube's most successful traders. So I'm curious what it is that you are trying to accomplish in day trading. Are you struggling in prop firms? You sound angry. We can help you get your feet wet. When you know the market can flip flop the way that it is, you should hedge. You should hedge properly. That's how millionaire investors think. If you're just out there, putting whatever's left over of your paycheck when you get done doing whatever it is you do into the prop space without putting a lot of thought into protecting your investment, we can help you learn how to do that. That's the whole point of that. Well, you don't get good at Wall Street by pretending it's by having weak skin. You got to be tough. All right, Michigan numbers came through 4.8, 4.9. So basically right on point with last expectation. Of course, last read, no change. Practically no change on Michigan, which is good. We should be good. Okay, so back on the inside here. Okay, I'm going to get back in right on DD band. That's pretty decent for Michigan numbers. All right, let's get back in on it. All right, let's go. Should be all right. Like, I'm just curious, like, how much money have you thrown into the prop space? Are you trying to get your Lambo? Are you trying to like just kind of like day trade yourself to millionaire without thinking about the downside? All right, hang in there. Get above. Get back above. Back above. Come on. Part of knowing where you're on the fence when it comes to volatility is when you're at the contango midpoint, you should always hedge long positions every single time. This is the smartest move in the world. So, I've made 70 something thousand in prop payouts this month. And then I just put a little bit of it into insurance. In case I blow up all these accounts today, I'm covered. That's like the smartest way to trade. I don't understand why I think people just spend too much time watching like, the Lambo streamers of the world. There's a bunch of doofuses out there that are, copy trade arbitrage, prop firm arbitrage, trading one up, one down, showing the winners. And it looks like they're making millions of dollars in the prop space and you guys are eating the Kool-Aid. But that's not how it really works. You should definitely have some kind of cover on the edge of a possible market collapse. And so far, we're still pretty good. This is probably going to hook and bounce here. Michigan didn't come out too bad. but we'll see. Again, I'm kind of concerned, but should be okay. So let's get back above the green. If you're back above the green, that's a rally for the day. So I'm trying one more time at this. And we'll see what happens. Let me try one more time. 40, and again, like I said, if it fails, it fails, and that's just part of trading. I'm out. I'm gonna cover this one. I'm done. Let me get back on the other side of the fence there. I'll try one more account if we get back above it. Okay, let me try this one. Okay, if you get back above DD, I'll try one more time. This is pretty brutal. Not doing so hot. Close everything out here. Yep, let's flatten this out. So Nasdaq I've closed out fully. Yep, we're gonna need a bigger fan. Yep, that's okay. So this is all part of my overall trading strategy. So like if you understand that if you're just out there, I don't know what it is, after you get done sweeping the fucking factory you work at and you're cashing your paycheck and watching Pat Whelan stream thinking you're going to become like him, throwing money at prop firms, not hedging it properly, you're fucking moron. I tell you, stop trading right now if you're watching my stream. That's you, guy that said, I don't care about your puts. Well, if you care about winning as a trader, you should care about puts. So far my puts are up 78% right now, which is totally, completely surpassed the amount of money that I paid into these prop accounts to begin with. So because of that, even if the market were to die and I was to lose everything today, which is absolutely fine, that was the whole point. I'm winning both sides of the coin. Bum, 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 bum. So we're gonna let the market die today. And if the market dies today, we're good. Yeah, some guy was really mad for some reason. Like, we don't care about your puts. You should. You absolutely, that's what you're here to learn. I think people are mostly here just to get free signals. And that's where I get kind of concerned. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like if you want to be good at trading, you should probably learn from somebody that's doing it. What do you guys think, right? I think some people just want free signals, like, I'm going to watch this guy and I'm going to make money if I copy what they do, sort of thing. So essentially, right, here's hedging props with it. So I'm completely closed everything out. Well, let me go to ES really quick. S&P has a little bit more room to fall. It's 64.57. I can try to do this one more time on the S&P. So what happens is the total invested cost in all my prop accounts that I have is roughly $6,000. That's it. If you add up all the accounts, I put in 6,000. That's my total risk on the downs on the future side. So I've made about 70K-ish payouts this month with props. I put $15,000 into buying some puts, right? So essentially, if I blow up every prop account that I have, the puts will more than make up for that, and therefore I don't take a loss. Let me show you guys, and I'm making this up. Let me sign in. Let me show you my Rise account. And I told you guys the last couple of days, I say I hope the market dies, because then I make a big payout. So this is the final kind of step to maybe take one more trade at this. Right on the edge here. So the idea is that when VIX is on the edge of triple B, which is what I teach you guys in the boot camp, I take longs at each strong pivot, and the day that it fails and fails and fails and fails. All right, I'm closing everything out. S&P, I want to get in right down here. Fails and fails and fails, and I get puts just in case that the market does die on this one level. All right, I'm a little early on this one. I miscalculated. I'm going to get long right here on S&P on that one. Okay, so here's what I have. Let me show you guys this real quick. That's when I forgot to close out earlier, actually. Here, so this is what I've got from August. So I'm taking a chunk of this and buying puts with it, and that's it. So if the market literally dies and hits all my pivots and dies and it just crashes and we turn into a bear market, then I'm going to make 50, 60 grand off of that. Probably 5 to 10x, depending on how quickly it does fall. And I only do that in the particular times when VIX is at the contango midpoint, right here. So NQ has a catalyst active now, which is crazy. So that's exactly why on the edge here, there's 2 days. And again, it could be a good bet. It could not be a good bet. We'll see. The idea is whenever the market is doing this, we got key bull pivots, right? Everything hit greater bull market, and then we lost greater bull market. And then once we lost greater bull market, I waited to the very next screen day. I bought some puts here. It didn't work. And I'm doing the same thing here. And then at the end of this day, I bought some more. And that's basically it. I'll make maybe 50, 60 grand, depending on if it just goes to here between now and the end of the month. That's it. I'll make like 60 grand. My total all-in cost for the 15 prop accounts I have is about 6,000 bucks. So I took $6,000 that I had, right, invested in, and so far I've whipped up 60,000 in payouts. I've 10x'd my money already, right? And with that, I took 15K. And again, you guys should do this too. If you're not doing this, you're not really exploiting the best part about the prop firm is you don't put any money in. Prop firm hedging is the best thing you can do. It costs me nothing if I lose relative to what I win at the market. I only lose both of these if the market just chops without striking those puts in the money. So the idea is I put a little bit of my gains into insurance just at a key time. And then if it does fall within the month, that 15K turns into roughly 50 plus. So essentially, I keep longing the market every day, even when it's falling, right? Day after day. And if I lose and lose and lose, then that worst case scenario, I just lose whatever it cost me on the prop accounts. That's it. And that's the total downside risk. The insurance was bought with profit. When I net this out, that's 42K profit still in my pocket, with another 50K potential if the market crashes, minus 6,000. So if I lose 6,000, I still make another 44. So I might turn out to be almost 100K this month, 80, 90K. Market dies. And even if I don't blow up the accounts, maybe I say a little bit more, but the idea is to hedge the prop side, which is very little risk to get very big reward if you're good at trading. The idea is that some days market's just going to fall apart and you can't control that. And so today, this is my last particular entry, which is going to be right here. I'm going to trade this one more time at the bottom on DD band. Now, CAP might be active on NASDAQ, so let's double check this. And it's automatic set out if it happens. But I think some people have no idea how to do that, which is why you guys are going to learn something from me here. 210 on NASDAQ from the top. Right about 450. Yep, CAT active here. So this is that limit on NASDAQ. Yep. But taxes though, I mean, it's really the same. You know, you're taxed no matter how you win. So taxes are slightly higher with options, yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because the upside, I mean, I'm taxing a huge chunk of money at the end of the day. I only do that in periods where this is possible and VIX on the edge of the triple B. That's why I do what I do. And so for some of you that are just straight trading prop firms, you're going to learn that there's a second technique that I always teach people. We have this in the boot camp as well. We have the options class where I teach this very thing. Market is just breaking through all key levels, all key catalysts. Okay. So what do we do here? Is if it falls, it just falls. And so this was good. And again, this is professional level. My puts are up 113% now. So 113% on the 15K that I spent. I've made almost $16,000 net. I can close out right now. Sorry, I'm crunching the mic. Yeah, but here's the thing. So top dog, right? I don't have to, I'm the teacher. I'm not reading the room. You guys are here to learn from me. You might not be there yet, but when I was in engineering school, my professor knew everything and I didn't either. I didn't tell him, hey, can you stop being so fucking smart, because I'm just not there yet. Right? The idea is for you to learn from your professor, I guess, right? It's not trying to make you guys feel bad for not having it, but this is, I'm demonstrating where you want to be, right? So there's nothing I can really do other than just sort of show you guys what I'm doing, right? I can't, like, I'm not trying to be pedantic about, I wish you guys can do it too, but it's smart to do so. And you can always balance it the same way. If you're putting in, you can always hedge at triple B. That is literally from one of my training. That's what we teach people to do. If you guys don't have, it doesn't have to be 15K laying around. It's a portion of your prop proceeds, or it's an extra investment that people can also think about contemplating they do, right? So only here, I only do this on occasion when the long side of the market is on the edge of falling. When you have VIX right at this key level right here, that's all it is. VIX at this key level. I always, whenever we're getting greater bear market signals, which we got two times has happened, where the market's just getting that really abnormal selling pressure. It happened twice. And I've been talking about this position for the last week and a half. So, I mean, I've been talking about it since I'm blue in the face. The market is threatening topping out here. It's threatening that. And being on the edge here, pretend that you spend $5,000 a month in props. You don't even have 20K laying around. You could always still offset that $5,000 risk by taking 4,000 of it in props and then having 1,000 in some kind of hedge, only just on this level right here. As I told you guys, I'm totally covered and fine. I've been talking about this trade since I'm blue in the face. So I'm happy not working. I'm happy there's a catalyst right now. I'm going to post about it on social media and talk about what a genius move that was, right? 117%. That's the point of it, right? I got 550 QQQ puts for a month out. But that's just what happens, you know? Yeah, the best traders manage their risk, don't you agree? Yeah. That's exactly what you should think about. And I know people kind of get a little upset whenever they take losses or whatever, but part of trading is understanding that sometimes risk aversion is the best way to go, right? And risk management is completely important. S&P is getting close to its A+ setup. So Nasdaq overshot, and S&P has one more chance right here. And I might decide to play S&P here. Nasdaq is on the edge of a catalyst though. I only trade options very sparingly in moments where this is possible. I know this is possible, which is why I did it last week. It's very simple, guys. When you're in a bull market and VIX is above triple B, or on the edge of it, and you start getting DD ratio less than half, you know the market's wobbly. That's when you start to think about it. Once the market gets wobbly, that's where you start to kind of understand that that's where it's possible. I use Webull for options. Pretty simple. Did I just have a stroke? LOL. So earlier, somebody says, we don't care about your options, bro. And I'm just like, okay, well, you just care about free signals. And in that case, if you're here for the free advice, here's the free advice. I'd say quit trading now. It doesn't seem like you have the mindset for it. If that's kind of what you would say, my advice is to just find a new hobby. Because if you're not thinking like a risk manager, you're out there chasing Lambos, just, you know, I would say that's not really the proper mindset to have. You know, being on YouTube, I'm a teacher. The idea is to teach people. And what's the crazy part is when you're doing the right thing and there's people that don't like that, it's what you're not here to learn, right? You're just here for the free stuff. It's not really the best, I would say the best mindset to be in. So my puts are up about 15 grand. That's pretty good. Very nice. Bump, 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 bump. And again, if the market dies, then that's it. So if we die today, then I'm pretty good. That's exactly where I want it to be. So this is a trade I've been planning for a while. I hope the market doesn't die because I love trading bull markets. But here, I'm going to take one more long off of this and a lower band here. What I'm going to do is get about if I can get S&P off of this, this is going to be a pretty decent bounce if it does hold here. This is the final A+ support that I have on S&P. I could maybe try do something here. Am I going to take profit at 50K if the market sells off? I think I'm going to, if I get, usually when I do this kind of trade, I usually take profit once I get to about Delta 50, give or take. As soon as the puts go at the money or slightly overshoot in the money on whatever big day that I get, I usually take profit. Now, again, if the market's completely collapsing and selling at a whole catalyst event and the market just dies, I'll usually let it at some point midday. So it's not like on the call side or the long side, I'll let long markets close at green candles at the top. On the downside, what I end up doing is I know that the market usually has big wicks at the bottom. So I wait for that exhaustion point. You can just kind of feel it when the market's like dying before it stabilizes. And that's usually when I'll close out, like that one particular day when it like shit just hits the fan. So we'll see. Somebody said, am I tilted? Oh no, God no. I'm going to make 100K this month and just in trading alone. It's like absolutely not tilted. But I do think it's some people have the wrong mindset. I think it's because there's a lot of, I call it like trader porn. There's a lot of people that just show off how much they exploit from props. Basically, they're not really like trading props. The biggest trick out there is for people to like long in one and short in the other and then show off just the winners. And then everybody, and then they, you know, your normal prop YouTuber makes between, you know, 10 and 50K a month just from prop sales and stuff. On average, your normal one. Your better ones make close to $1 million a month just in prop sales. They really don't care if you guys are winning or not. So there's not a lot of education really circulating out there in the prop world. It kind of sucks. This one, the kind of part that we're kind of here hopefully to help you guys learn something. Let me see, S&P sort of bouncing here. I could probably try to grab a long. And again, like I said, I don't want my puts to expire in the money. I'd like the market to stay bullish, but it's just a hedge just in case. So we'll see if I get anything out of it. Let me try. Do some S&P longs here. We are supporting this area. I think what happens is people just, it's not really what you guys, yeah, people get upset mostly because their idea is to sort of like copy what people are doing, but they only just appear one day and they don't know the whole story. And then they kind of like show up and they'll watch a streamer or something and just try to copy their trades. They're essentially just gambling off of what someone else is doing. I would say that that's a very dangerous mentality. At least for my thoughts is I like to make sure I teach people like the structure of how to do this more than anything. I'm going to take one more 2 S&P something small just inside of here. Dylan said, you want me to check your zones? Okay, give me a second, bud. I'm gonna start to build a position again. So S&P is sort of hanging on the edge here, so I do like what I see. We'll see if anything good comes out of this one. He said, if the market dies, I'm covered. If the market hooks here, then I'm good. So either way, this is why I kind of like this kind of setup. I normally funnel, and again, it's a ratio. Even if you're not making anything in props, you might have the ability to hedge. This is kind of one of the sad truths of trading. Once you start to get ahead, you get more opportunities than the next person. Money begets options. Any extra gain that you get, you can be smarter as a trader. You get more portability to do extra maneuvering. So that's just the unfortunate nature of it. Hedge funds will have infinite advantage over you because they have money to do clever things with. You just scalping naked, you're going to always be at a disadvantage to those that have the ability to do the other thing. So I prepped exactly for this day, which is good. You know, the day that all your bull setups just fail, the market dies. If that happens, then I am absolutely fine. But the whole point is that as a day trader, you just cut your risk and keep your risk small, even if you don't have the ability to like maneuver beyond it. So far, so good on the ES front, but we'll see. People underestimate how much is made on YouTube these days. It's crazy. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of bad information out there. There's a lot of people that are not really teaching, I guess. But at least here I promise to reveal like everything I'm doing and why I'm doing it and teach you guys why everything I do. MHP is in the wrong place. Oh, you know what? You're right. I have not updated that. Okay, now we're going to wait and see. I'm going to try one more time at this area right here. $476. Oh shoot, that is in the wrong place. Well, that would have affected my decision making. All right, 6502. Whoopsie. One more time, S&P DD band, this is it. And I'm kind of good. Last chance. This is the toughest part. Now we wait. I think somebody balked at the idea when I said my YouTube channel generates 10K a day. And I was like, they were like, how's it even possible? Somebody emailed me and said that. How's it even possible? If you think, again, these YouTubers out there make a fortune. There is a million ways to monetize a brand, not just ad revenue. I don't know. I actually blurted that out. I think I was trying to say I'm on the low end of that. Some people's YouTube funnel makes 50 to 100K a day. If you add up to make 1 to 2 million a month. I know traders that their YouTube channel generates a couple million a month from endorsements, sponsorships, affiliate partnerships, everything. And they pay a lot of money for big name brands out there. So all these guys don't really care if you guys do well or try to teach you anything. They just want to funnel as many people they can into the affiliate programs and stuff and keep their sponsors happy. Sponsors, you know, they pay for ads and things like that. You know, it's a lot of revenue for some of these peeps out there. I'm on the low end. I mean, I run 2 companies, you know. We have affiliate partnerships, things like that. Make a lot from trading, make a lot from everything I do. I think everything I do, I try to monetize and do well with, I guess. But yeah, a lot of people just do it for entertainment purposes and stuff. I wish a lot more of the people out there would teach trading to people. You know, I think, like, to me, that would be very nice if people got to actually learn trading. But I don't think there's a lot of really good traders that are actually teaching trading. Right. So I got some long positions. I'm starting to build back into these longs here. So hopefully we hang on to this. I think you said I made 5K a month with YouTube. No, so when somebody says like YouTube, right? Let's think of it like this. YouTube is a funnel, right? That's part of a whole different chain reaction of things. And so there's a million ways to monetize a YouTube channel. And some people monetize it 10, 15, 20 times over, right? The last thing anybody that does is teach the public how to do it. It's you know, it's sort of like a trade secret. Like, so once you figure out how to make a lot of money with your YouTube channel, you're not going to go out there and tell the public how you do it. You want other people to learn the secrets. No, so the YouTube ad revenue is barely like a couple $1,000s a month. YouTube ad revenue, but ad revenue is one of 20 things you could monetize, you know? So a lot of these people out there, they're entertainers that are monetizing their stuff and they're not really teaching people. That's all I was trying to say. But I wasn't trying to say like the amount of money was made to like brag or to say anything. I'm saying that is the magnitude of the stupidity out there, is that there are people out there that make 50K a day with their YouTube channels. Futures influencers. If you count upon their endorsements and partnerships, about 50K a day. And I would say that it's not in their best interest to care if you do well at trading or not. It's just best interest to keep you watching the show and using the codes and stuff. So a lot of people don't really like get out there and get a strong education from a lot of the folks. And that's where I kind of just wish it was different, you know? Yeah. I think people are very shocked that it's the amount of money that it is. There are prop deals out there that are $1 million a month. There are prop deals out there that are 100K a month. The competition is so steep and these prop companies make so much money. And my thing was, the whole reason for the conversation was to say that there's a lot of people out there that really just care about the throughput for their YouTube numbers. Rather than, there's not a lot of education, I'd say, on the streaming front. So we're just like a long-term, that's why like you don't hear me throughout the stream really, like, you know, sometimes half somebody's content is just pitching codes. I don't really, I mention them on occasion as I should, but I don't really, I focus most of the stream on teaching and talking about the trading. That's really important to me as far as like what I spend my time doing. I think people are very surprised that that's the ridiculous amount of money it is. Somebody emailed me, was like trying to ask the question about it. I'm like, if you think that YouTube monetization is only ad revenue, you're sorely underestimating the potential of what you can do with YouTube. It's no lie. I mean, you monetize your stream 10, 15, 20 times over. Endorsements, brand deals. You're like a star basketball player. You get sponsored by anybody. They pay you to stream. They put you on salary to stream. It's all kind of stuff they do in this world. Well, I'm going to teach you guys how I do it. Like the whole goal is, if you have a way to do it, the last thing you're gonna do is teach people how you do it. That's well, that you know, that's a whole different ball game. You know, you can go out there and learn from some famous YouTubers. They teach workshops or something how to monetize a brand, but that's like a influencer thing. That's a whole different layer. So I would say that there's not anybody out there that does it that'd be willing to just sit you down and teach you the secrets to making millions of dollars a year with the YouTube channel. It's really not the, you know, the public is your competition at that point. So I'm telling you what I know, because I know people that are much bigger than me. I'm friends with everybody in the space, and I know exactly what they do and how they do it. We all kind of do the same thing. I'm telling you, money flows like wine in the affiliate world with all these prop influencers. So I'm just saying, don't just think that everybody's got your education as like their primary focus. Rocket Scooter, our goal is to teach people trading. That's really what we do at the company. And I'm gonna say, you're not in good hands out there with a lot of other people. They don't care. Part of their thing is just reckless copy trading, you know, and people will follow. And that's why I get critical. It's not like I'm saying somebody said I'm tilted. No, I'm critical, because when you follow trades, you're being an idiot and you're going to lose your money because you don't have a full trade plan. And that's kind of what's conditioned of people. Follow what I do. And then people do reckless stuff. And then if you lose more, you pay more in the affiliate world and their salaries go up. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of dirty. And there's not a lot of people out there like, hey, I'm actually going to teach you trading and teach you why things move and stuff. Like, you know, if I was just carrying to cash an affiliate paycheck, if I was copy trading, hey guys, 20 Apex accounts, let's go all in, long 20 at once. Let me long 20 take profit accounts all at once. Let's go. Let's gamble and see what I did. That's all gambling, right? And the more you know, 60% of your stream will be watching you to copy your trades. And if you're gambling, people are going to blow up more. If I'm splitting up my risk, and that's what I teach as a philosophy, why would I shoot my affiliate income by a factor of 20? Why would I cut it into a 20th? Why not I copy trade 20 Apex accounts and get people to do the same and make a fortune on affiliates? Why do I teach proper trading risk management? Because that's it. And as a teacher, I make sure I teach people that you're being an idiot. I'm not tilted at all. I put my ATM card in the machine and I love my fucking life 100%. But I still have to be a strong teacher and tell you guys you're being silly if your mindset's off. That's the whole point of being a teacher. So don't brag about your puts. People get obsessed, especially if you influence them. I'm not influencing anybody along. If you're copying my trades, if you're copying people's trades, number one, I can't legally endorse that. Number two, that's kind of stupid because it's not the point of a stream. I don't influence anybody to do anything. Are you kidding me? Let me be very clear. I care zero about anybody's trades in this stream. Zero. I don't care if any of y'all make money. I never did, and I never will. As a trader, everyone's out for themselves. If you think that people are on YouTube so that you can make money, oh, he streams because he wants me to win. He don't want you to win anything. You're part of a number system that makes them money. Nobody's going to care if you make money. It's the sad truth of life. I care about teaching people trading as a core principle of myself, but I'm not here to influence people to trade. That's not at all what I'm trying to do. Right? The community is like, guys, we make money together. We make money together. All these influencers. Number one is that's illegal to do that. Number two is, despite you having the wool pulled over your eyes, you're just part of a money system to make them money. But it feels good, right? They're making money and you're not. But that's it. Simon Dean. Yeah. But just, I said that just for like shock value. In reality, I hope you guys do well. That's for sure. I hope everybody does well. But at the end of the day, I'm not trading on YouTube so that you guys can copy my trades and make money. That's the least of my care. And that's how everybody really is. But nobody will tell you that because they want to tell you otherwise. But at least here you'll get the cold hard truth about what trading really is like. Kind of are on your own. And your influencer's certainly not looking out for you. You're just a number. Gotta get the numbers up. Somebody says, I don't care if you guys make money. I really don't. I hope you do, but I don't care if you do or don't. Because if you're copying my trades with hopes of mimicking what I'm doing, that's the whole not reason I do this. I hope to teach people the good principles of trading. That's for damn sure. But and sad reality is every trader is out there for themselves. Nobody's standing in the pit of Wall Street like, I'm going to make money. Well, I hope all my friends make money too. Dude, everybody's just out there to make it on their own. This is a game of lone wolves. But we den together as a herd of wolves because we all want to try to win. But I get, I'm not, y'all have to kind of get it out of your heads that there's somebody that's going to babysit and make sure you make money. But a lot of times they're like, all right, guys, we're going to make money together. We got this. We're all going to bank. We're all going to bank, guys. I think the penny stock pumper and dumper of the world, that's the easiest way to funnel people in. Yeah, we're all going to make money. But who makes money? The guy at the top. You know what I mean? That's kind of the sad truth of all of that. If somebody doesn't tell you guys that, nobody will. But hopefully you can use that to avoid, becoming broke at some guru's expense. And I'm known as Mr. Deliver It Raw. I don't sugarcoat things for people. So not when I say I don't care if you guys make money, I'm saying nobody does. So don't just clip that and says Matt don't care. No, I'm telling you, nobody does. 0 people do. Like 0, literally 0 people do. Nobody out there cares if you make money. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. That's the real sad truth of this. Nobody does and nobody will. So you got to realize that. Wolves are packs, they're not herds. A herd of wolves. The saddest thing you've seen in the amount trading world is the amount of narcissism. I think the ego sort of like posturing with a lot of trading influencers is mostly just to showcase they're that stone cold hard Wall Street, hard ass that can just win money, and like basically the Gordon Gekko mentality. Like you're just a badass and you just posture, you're big, you're powerful, you're wealthy. And people are attracted to that, but it's not really the smart people that get attracted to that. And it's not the winners that get attracted to that either. So. What's up? I'm good. I have like a sandwich. It's pretty good. Are you going to the gym? Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. You have one good guru who said that he couldn't see me in your trading. Like I had no opinion. Rare advice though. I tell people all the time that trading, like, it's so weird that I think that a lot of people, the goal is to get their numbers up, right? Like every person has a value to an influencer. Whether you're on Instagram selling makeup or whatever, every person has a monetary value. It's all a number, right? And so a lot of people are like, no, just keep doing it. Keep trading. You got this. Keep going. I've been that kind of person that tells people sometimes, like, I don't think you can do this. I don't think it's for you. And it would certainly like make me less money to do that, right? So why it would be strange that anybody would balk at brutal honesty in trading, because this is really what people should learn whenever they are trading, is the brutal honesty of things. Now it sucks that, you know, market's falling, and again, some people were fucking tilted that I'm like, I have puts that are up 100%. So that's the whole reason was I structured this trade just in case we lost key pivots. I'm completely covered on both sides of the coin. I've been talking about this trade for a week. It's weird. You talk about a trade for a week, you plan it a week in advance, you tell everybody about it, you tell people the structure of it, you educate everybody on it, you show people transparency, what you're doing, everything. And yet at the end of the day, the education has no value to people. So then people don't even have a right to say anything. Then the point of education is completely gone. If the education is not even seen as worth anything, then it just leads to the only logical conclusion that there's people here that don't want to do any work and then want free handouts. And I kind of hope those people continue to lose at trading. You know why? Because for me to win, there has to be a person to lose. And, you know, a legion of idiots out there who are losing trades is exactly how I make money. Because I'm usually winning against people that are just dumber than me. It's the whole point of Wall Street and trading. You need to just be better than the person you're trading against. And it just sucks that there's people that don't really care to learn anything. There's like, if I watch YouTube and copy what somebody does, I'll be rich too. I don't know if it's my job to correct all of that, but at least I teach you guys that the mentality is never going to win. And if you think that somebody here is trying to guide you in your trades so that you make money, you will be sorely mistaken. That no, there's people out there that pretend they do, but they always got affiliate code or something going on. It's all there's always a ruse, man, out there. You guys, I have to kind of give you all the sad truth of trading. You guys are on your own. Nobody's out there individually thinking of you, and like nobody's messaged you in Discord with opportunities to like join telegrams. Come on, join a telegram, make some money with us. And nobody's out there teaching you guys how to protect yourselves from that, except for us. Sad truth is always a hard message to send, but so if I blow up all of my prop accounts today, I just lost $6,000. My puts are already up 15,000. So with that being said, I've completely paid for my prop accounts, and I also took 60,000 in payouts this month. So this is from my Stripe, my Rise. So these are all, you know, combination of all my different prop firms I trade with. When you start making money in the prop firm, you have to realize that the low end risk of it is the entry. This is why props are really worried about traders trading against them, because it's a very low barrier of entry to get in. And it's very easy to get this big fat uncapped payouts on luck. Just luck alone, right? You can YOLO into a news event and then all of a sudden you can get $100,000 of potential payout. And that's why these prop firms have consistency rules and things that keep that from happening. So the idea is that you can put 200 bucks into an account and turn it into hundreds of thousands of payouts like some people have done. Makes it to where the props have to have a certain amount of rules to make sure you fail a certain amount. That way they can cover the cost of that happening. And the idea is once you start making money on the prop firm side, the whole hedging the prop side is actually a really good strategy, because I don't really have a lot of money invested, and both sides pay out very well. If I'm good at trading prop firms in a long side market, and I am longing the market as it's going up, and then one day we just lose key levels and lose key levels and lose key levels, and the market just decides to turn bearish in the middle of nowhere, I've taken a portion of my gains and bought insurance on that, which is kind of what you want to be doing. Now it looks like this ain't gonna play out either. It's like kind of what you want to be doing with the gains that you get. The idea is that it takes a little bit of money in props to turn into a big payout if you do well and you get lucky. So with that being said, if you start to consistently do well in props, you're not really putting much into it. It's not like if I was trading my real futures account and I had 100K in an account and I'm trading like 5 or 10 E-minis and I'm up and down 10 or 20K per day trading. That's a lot of risk, right? You're taking. You risk losing the entire 100K. The entire potential you have to make money relies on that entire balance of that account. But in the prop space, if I have 100K and I just put 6K into props, and then those are working to make money, and some of them blow up and some of them get payouts, and at the end of the day, I net on the payouts and I take a little bit of that, buy insurance to the downside, then all I have to do is I can just trade props at a very low cost of entry. Worst case scenario, all my props blow up. Great. Because then I have a real options trade that pays out many times over. And the only time I do that specific trade is at times like this. And it's a, like I said, you know, try to have like a more of a genius level thought process when you're being a trader. You got to outthink other people. That's how you make money. It's how you really make the real money doing this. You got to outthink people, right? And there's a lot of people that don't think like this, but the idea that a prop is such a low barrier of entry, let me just detail like the trade one more time. If I'm sitting here on $6,000, let's just do 12 times 500 bucks, right? 12 times 5. $500 account times 12. And I got 12 of those things. I'm all in 6K. That's all I've risked of my entire net worth. I've got 6K out there fishing to make money for me. The leverage potential on that's incredible because I get paid out like I'm trading futures, and that's not even the margin requirement of one futures contract. However, that unlocks 12 accounts worth of full leveraged potential of trading, which is completely crazy because it took me no risk to do that. And yet I get paid just like these are 12 actual accounts, right? It's crazy that this is possible. I, as a futures trader, I never believed this was a possibility, right? So this huge risk of downside to the prop, not to me. The person that loses in this, I lose a little bit, is the prop. If I win, the prop is the person that takes the risk. They're the ones that are paying for my insurance, not me. Say that I had 100K to my name, just an example. I'm not risking almost any of that. There's just a tiny amount of that. So the idea that I can risk a tiny amount of that for almost near infinite potential is putting the risk on the prop side. It's not on my side, right? So if I happen to get lucky and turn this into any amount of profit, I can always take a chunk of this profit to hedge just that amount I put in, not anything else, just the amount I put in. Such that if I blow everything up and I got to rebuy everything, I rebought it for free. And that's kind of like the whole point of this style of trading, is that as I'm making money with props, only on certain times will I go in there and do a certain trade like this. Like right now, I'm going to keep stabbing at it. It doesn't even matter on this one particular pivot, and this pivot dies, then the market's absolutely dead. And then I can just start over. No big deal. Now these have some buffer in them, so I'm actually kind of fine on this, but the idea becomes, if you're making any money, your first goal is to save that money into a lump sum so that you can continue to pay for your whatever it is, props or real account. The idea is if you're making, say that you don't have 100,000 to your name, say you have nothing to your name, and you start to make a little bit of money in props. What do you do with it? Well, don't go buy anything with it. Put it aside, like store it so that you can continue to use it to work for you. The idea is to use your money and make it work for you. And if you are starting to slowly build bankrolls and make little payouts here and there, you're going to want your money to work for you. It's kind of the goal. Now keep in mind, I'm going to move this so I can watch the chart, but this little area right here is exactly the key area of interest that I want to be hedged at. If volatility is, if VIX is below the contango midpoint, market's nice and clean. If it's above, however, the market is in danger of being ultra sensitive to events and catalysts, and the VIX can just take off like crazy. These environments come about, you know, every month the opportunity is there, but every month you don't get bear signals to go with the volatility contango midpoints. So we had some bear signals to go with it right here. And with that being said, we are on the edge of market potentially selling off, like this is we call a topping pattern. So I'm very good at identifying topping patterns. So I'm not very great at identifying the top. So instead of shorting the market, here, let me trim this down. Instead of actually shorting the market, what I'm doing is, since nobody's good at calling tops, I'm betting just in case there's a top. Instead of trying to short betting on a top, I've got something there in case it's the top, admitting that I'm not good at picking tops. Nobody really is. So options allow you to not be good at picking the top. It just allows you to be in a trade over the course of a month in case the top was inside of that month. It's just a timing thing. So the idea for me is I'm trading props for absolutely free. I'm putting zero real money into props, right? The goal is to do that. The goal is to take whatever I make to continue to fuel the system. And whatever profit is left over goes into real trading accounts, real investment accounts, and a little bit of insurance I buy every once in a while can just pay out and redo the props. I did the same trade buying calls at the bottom of April whenever market turned around. I turned a 50K bet into a 50K profit. And then I've got a pool of money that can just keep, playing props and other things. Props is just another way to self-produce money as long as I do well in props and hedge at the right time. Now, if you hedge all the time, this doesn't work. The idea is I hedge just right on the edge, being the goal of that. Yeah. So that's how that trade is structured. Yeah. But if somebody said if somebody's upset that they lost money, that's I mean, if you think about it like this, right? In general, the idea comes down to this, right? If you were to come to me and say, hey man, some guy in Discord messaged me and I thought it was you and they were trying to convince me to join a Telegram, and I joined their Telegram and I gave them all my money and I lost it and I thought it was you, man. That really sucks. Like, what do I say to that? I could have bedside manner and say, oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you, bro. It really sucks. What I usually say is, are you a fucking idiot? Like, how could you fall for that? Like, why are you talking to me about it? Why is this part of my day? I don't care. You got scammed. This is between you and them. We work together. But the point of that is that people think that it's your job to invest in their intelligence to not do that, or like, what do you want me to do? You want me to go hunt the guy down for you and help you out? It's like, I'm usually a common person that says I'd rather teach you like a parent rather than, well, I'm so sorry that happened, man. Well, let's get the guy together. I think a lot of people expect that because they're in the mode of like desperation, like, oh my god, I got scammed by some crypto scam. Can you help me out in a way? And then every once in a while, people are like, man, I'm at my wit's end. Can I borrow some money? Like, I've had people come to me like that too. And I guess if you guys haven't been hardened to it, like being in my position for 15 years and get kind of hardened to it. I get customers try to scam me because they're, market crashes one day and then somebody comes out the next day, hey, I want to cancel my service. I've been trying to cancel for months and I want to be able to. I'm like, the market crashed today and you need money. I get it. We've seen it all and you just see how dirty Wall Street is. You tend to not have like a Sesame Street mentality to it. I tend to not babysit people. People get into it thinking it's just like, rainbows and butterflies, and Wall Street's a dirty, nasty place, and finance is a very dirty, nasty place filled with scammers, and people are out to get you. If I'm not real with you up front, you're never going to be prepared for it, and somebody's going to chew you up and spit. I like to hope to think that like the hard ass mentality that I have here keeps you guys on alert. That way you're not easily fooled by people out there. That's really my goal. And I do take passion making sure people aren't bamboozled by the things that are out there. So at least you guys know I got your back as y'all's friends. But there's a lot of people that do just watch streams because they're like, okay, well, this guy makes money. If I just do what they do, so will I. And it's kind of like pretend that you're an artist, pretend you're a musician, pretend you're anything that makes something. And the way I like to phrase it is pretend like that you're the guy. You guys ever been to a museum? There's always like the painting that looks like this. Or you go to the museum, there's just like a painting and it's like a white canvas. That's it. It's literally just a white canvas, nothing else on it. It's just a fucking white canvas. Somebody painted it white. And it was like so-and-so painting 1974. It's been there for 50 years, so-and-so artist made it. And then you walk up to it and you're like, I can do that, right? So the way I like to explain this phenomenon so people understand, because we all walk by that painting and we're always like, I can do that. Like anybody can do that. And the artist was standing right there. The artist would be absolutely so disgusted that you think you can just do that. by copying what they did. He's like, yeah, you could do that, but you didn't. I did. You didn't do it. You didn't think of it. I thought of it. Now I'm the one that's on the board. And so the mentality is when somebody says, I can do that. And so when people are like watching traders trade and like, I'm going to copy what they do. And they're like, I'm going to make money too. The trader is kind of like the artist standing by the white painting and hearing you say, oh, I can totally do that too. Putting in no work, no effort. You're just copying what they're doing. And they would somewhat over time be disgusted with people that do that, because it's like, no, I slaved over this. I worked towards this. I spent 10 years doing this. I spent 15 years doing this, my lifetime doing this. I sat there and I just dreamed of this. This idea came to me in a dream and I did it. And I networked and I met the people and I met the artists and I had the shows and I starved and I did this and I got the painting on the wall and you didn't. So no, you can't do that. The fact that you think that you can with very minimal effort and you're upset when it isn't you that has the painting on the wall is almost not only like funny, but it's almost insulting to the artist. And if you guys think of it like that, you can understand that that's why a lot of the traders don't care if you succeed or not, because they don't really want to invest in you because they invested time in their self and they want you to put the time in yourself too. And a real teacher is going to teach you this analogy so that you learn to put the time in. People will really respect you if you're working hard to learn the system or learn the style, and they're going to invest in your journey. Nobody's going to invest in you getting a, oh yeah, sure. You could, like I'm saying by the painting. Oh yeah, you can do that too, huh? Well, why don't you go make one? I'll call my connections and I'll get it put right next to mine. That way we both can celebrate together, Mr. Stranger. And you have to just kind of like remind yourself, yeah, he's right. Nobody's going to think of me like that. But somebody overheard you say, hey, I can do that too. Okay, well, let me totally invest in you, stranger. Let's go. Let's get your blank white canvas on the wall too. And that would be exactly the mentality of somebody you're watching stream saying, yeah, come on, let's all make money together. Most of the people will kind of be, at least people that are really good at this would be somewhat like perturbed by the idea that you're not putting any work yet you want to make the cash. They went through hell and back to become a successful trader. They want to see you go through the journey too and earn it yourself. There's a whole lot of respect I have for people, especially in our community. We have the most successful traders in this community of any trading community, period. You go to our P&L channel and watch people payouts, winning streaks, all that. People crush it here. But it's not because they're kind of being walked to the finish line. There's people that are learning the game. And I have a lot of respect for our community members because you guys are learning it. 100%. These counters putting you to sleep. Hopefully DD ban holds, so I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. Then we'll see. I could probably try. So I got one contract here in the S&P. I'm gonna chill on this one. Yeah, I want people to earn their own payout jacket, okay? That's really the trick. That's really what I want to see. And I feel proud of people when they earn it. That's when I say the whole shock value of the conversation is along the lines of I'll stand by you if you've earned it. And that's where I want to see. Like, I want an army of people that earned it. That's very powerful. Trading's gonna be hard. Not gonna be easy. But a lot of times if I'm in chat, I see a name of a person I've never seen before and they're just browsing through. They'll learn the hard way that there's no way to copy what somebody's doing and make anything out of it. You're always going to be behind. And especially another thing is, like, in the heat of the battle, traders are going to be focused on what they're doing. A lot of times it's really hard to stop and start thinking about, like, I get in the zone. Sometimes I'm just like focused on what I need to do. Hopefully we hold here. So as long as the market survives, then we should be good. Survives this DD ban. Hopefully it should be all right. But yeah, definitely. We are one of the biggest trading brands out there, but I'm definitely an acquired taste. I think I'm very Elon about things. I'm like got like 2 of my 10 toes on the spectrum. I don't really have good bedside manner, I'm told. But I think that's what's needed in Wall Street. I'm social enough to throw the biggest parties in town, but I'm weird enough to like not really sense that I'm just being too real with people. But hey, maybe that's what's needed, you know? And I think that mentality made us one of the biggest communities out there, which is crazy. I see a lot of people out there like, you know, they got a name or whatever. What was that idiot? Those pump and dumpers, Goblin Gang. We're all making money. We're all making bank. All the guys that got arrested for stock fraud. Remember those guys? How many people were just like, hell yeah, man, I'm making money with you, man. I'm making money with you. All the guys at the top are just thinking is like, man, the more numbers I got, the more money I'm going to make. They're not sitting there investing in you, Mr. John Smith of whatever city you're from. They're excited that you're gonna make your dreams come true. It's all like an illusion, right? But we breed traders here. We don't breed suckers. And you're gonna walk out of Rockstar Bootcamp understanding the game, how it's played. And that's how we roll here. It is kind of the craziest mentality is when somebody gets scammed by like a Telegram or Discord scam. There's a lot of that that's out there. We've been fighting to try to get Discord to help clean that up a little bit, but it's been kind of like really bad. Lately, it's been like overwhelming. You can't join a Discord without 1,000 people messaging you. It's kind of sucky. And the saddest part is that when somebody's in that mode, you're like schemed by somebody, and then you're the first person you turn to is me. Hey man, there's a fake, and it's like there's a fake guy that messaged me. He was pretending to be you, and he told me like, hey, he's like, thank you for joining our Discord community. By the way, turn off all DMs. That way, you know, scammers don't message you. So that way it's just me and you talking. You're like, oh, okay. We turn off all DMs and all of a sudden we can't message you now. And then they're like, hey, thanks for joining the Rockstar Discord. By the way, I have another Discord. It's over here. It's my other secret Discord that I have. You should join it. We're making bank together, man. We're gonna make all this money together. I'm gonna help you get your dreams come true. And then you guys are like, wow, not all of you, but some of you guys like, wow, really? And even skeptical people still get like bamboozled, or like they work you until you believe them. You go over there, and then finally they convince you they got a brokerage or something. Here, put your money in here, man. I got this better thing you can do. And then you put your money in it, and then they disappear. And then a week later, you're messaging me like, hey, can you help me out? Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, well, I joined your other Discord. And I'm like, other Discord, huh? You walked into my store. A guy that kind of looks like me took you in the back, was like, hey, I got a secret restaurant. You, stranger, just walked in here, but somehow I singled you out. You're the one, Harry Potter. Everyone wants to believe they're the special one in this world. That way they'll be singled out by somebody. Magic powers will fall on. You'll get the owl deliver the letter to you because you were somehow born special, and somebody's going to walk up to you with the opportunity. You deserve it, stranger. And this is where people are like, have to understand. This does not happen. You're not the chosen one. But I'm gonna walk up to you, look, you especially you. Come on, let's go to the back. And now let's go to this other hidden restaurant behind this alleyway. Ignore the guys in ski masks, just they're part of the decors. It's okay. You'll be fine. No, they're not gonna steal your wallet. Just come out the back. And all of a sudden it's like the sad part is that people, when they fall for it, it sucks because in that mode you're very hurt, and I get it because you get bamboozled by somebody and it hurts. Like your stomach hurts, you're sick to your stomach. But then the next thing you do is you come to tell me about it. Of the millions of strangers out there, then you walk up to the head chef in the real restaurant while he's cooking. You're like, hey, can I talk to you real quick? I came in the restaurant and some stranger pulled me off the side and walked me out somewhere and took all my money and robbed me. The other guy's gonna look at you and like, go call the police. What would you like for me to do? I'm kind of working over here, man. And it's crummy part is that when that happens, there's not gonna be anybody that's gonna look out for y'all. So you gotta be very careful out there. Hey man, I joined this Discord community. They got me about all these penny stocks. I bought it all and I lost all my money. Well, what did you learn? Oh, the guru does not care that I make money or not. This is correct. This is correct. One tried getting you to say he was me and he wanted you to copy trade his everyday trades. You're like, dude, you hate copy trading. That's how you knew it wasn't me and you trolled him for a couple of weeks. Oh, that's good. So if I don't toughen people up, they're going to get scammed. At least I know, you know, there's a reason we got all 5-star reviews on our stuff. I think people like the realness of it. At the end of the day, nothing would make me happier than if all you guys made bank as traders. Let's be real. I'd be absolutely enthralled because, you know, I taught you how to do it. And then all you guys do better than every other trading community out there. I would be very proud. People that have been here long enough know that I actually do care. When I say I don't care, it's to shape you in the place of believing that I don't care. Believe that nobody cares about you. I care to see people come through our program and crush it. I do. I'd love to see that more than anything. People put in the work, earn the status, earn the trading jacket, and get your payouts and make it. Like, I actually really do care more than anybody. I care. I overly care. I care that you guys are treated fairly. I fight prop firms that bamboozle people. I go out there and do the right stuff. I care too much, but I don't care about handouts at all. And everyone here probably doesn't either. But I will care too much sometimes. That's one way of showing love. It's tough love. Tough love. HFX level. Yup. We're watching that right now. Boom. Brutal day. But if the market survives here, then it's pretty good. Should be all right. Am I feeling better today? Like slightly better, man. Future skinny. I was having like a really bad stomach flu. It was completely just destroying me. It was really bad. I think TD Pan is holding. Keep an eye on that VIX level here. One second. As far as profit target goes, honestly, with again, resilience greater than 0, this could go all the way up to fill the gap today. So like I said, I wish for a world where my puts expire worthless. I really do. So the idea is I'm covered in case that doesn't happen, but I hopefully the market stabilizes here. We'll see. DD band holds should be slightly okay for the big run up, and if res is greater than 0, as we get a gap fill, it could get there, but we'll see. We'll see. Starting to like rebuild a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. confused. People should change their pronouns. Burgers and no payout yet, but these past few months, Rock's giving you hope. Yeah, I'm glad to see it, man. Like, if you're doing much better the last couple months, stick with it. You know, what is it that you? That's my question. Is like, what is it that you've changed in the last couple months, Dark Guys, that you feel like is like added to your, I guess added to what you've been trying to accomplish? That's my question. The LP One Step Closer inspired song. Somebody should make one. I would say that inside of here, the idea is hopefully bouncing off the band here would be nice. We'll checking if we've survived in some of these key levels. Should be hopefully be better. This might be a day where the market's fallen and it stays low. We might not get a run up, but I might just keep a runner on the table just in case it keeps going. And see. This is the day I was prepping for, just in case the market died out. Would be good. I would be good, and so hopefully it. I'd like to see it stay bullish. It makes all the other trading days easier. But if we do die out, then we do. With the new FN promo starts on Monday. It's only for the legacy accounts, Itai. So that's the one it works for. It starts on Monday. So you've been trading our stuff with the ICTs and working a lot better. Oh, awesome, man. That's what I've been told, is that people say that we're like ICT traders that have used like our principles of risk management and high volume pivots to enhance their style, has said like it was the thing that changed the game for them. So it makes me happy to hear that. But ICT was like relatively incomplete for most people. The internet? Oh, what's going on here? Internet is acting hella slow right now. $64.82 sound good? I would say that anything that's retracing this towards the middle is about right, yeah. S&P res is positive, man. Like I said, I'm still hanging on to the fact that we might get back up to the top today. This could be a buying opportunity for a lot, but if it doesn't happen, then, you know, that's the whole reason I was kind of like hedged for this position. It sucks to take a loss, I know, with some people, and I know I hate the idea that some people were bitter that I'm, you know, announced a hedge, but the whole point is you guys either want me to be transparent or not, and, you know, the idea that transparency would be somebody's upsettedness, that comes down to the age-old question of no matter what you do, they always raise the bar. My idea is, you know, people that usually post stuff after the fact, like, look what I did, and they didn't tell you anything about it. They're just bragging. But, you know, I mean, I've been educating people on this hedging process as a way to cheat the prop firm system and to make a whole lot of extra money, very little risk. If you're right and you hedge at the right timing, you're putting all the risk on the prop firm side, and you're kind of exploiting the low risk barrier of entry into prop firms. It's a beautiful, I can't believe I even get away with teaching it on my funded TV. I feel like if I ran a prop firm, I wouldn't want people teaching how to use that low risk barrier of entry to basically build a machine that makes money for them. Putting all the risk on me, the prop firm. The fact that they let me teach black hat methods of exploiting the prop firms on the show, they gotta get away with it. So I don't know. I'm like, guys, split up your risk. The prop firms make less money. Number one, you do better. Number two is any gains you get need to recycle back into, the same system, or hedging, you're playing the same system. So essentially right now, my prop firms have bought me puts. My prop firms have bought me more prop accounts. I'm playing the entire game and hedging it for free with money left over to spend on anything, really. And if you get better at this, start to think of ways to really play into it. I wouldn't be doing the same trade in a real futures account. Like if I was a real futures account, I had 100K in an account and I'm trying to make 10 or 20K in a trade a day, right? I'm risking the whole 100K. I'm not going to go spend $15,000 of puts to hedge against a 100K account. I'm spending $15,000 of puts to hedge against a 6K account, which is 12 times 500. That has the potential to behave like a 100K account. Now again, the taxes is high on both sides because they're both wage tax, 1099 level wage tax on prop side and short-term capital gains on the option side. But still, if both of them blow up, I lost 20 grand. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I still made 70 grand in payouts. So think of it like this, right? You're trying to use the low barrier of entry with infinite reward to risk ratio, near infinite. Your loss is fixed. You can scale your $200 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can't scale $200 to hundreds of thousands of dollars in a real futures account. This is not possible. So that's very important, I would say, for traders to learn. And I think transparency on teaching you guys how to beat the system is very important. It goes over a lot of people's heads, but then again, like a master chess player is not going to be able to, they're going to do things that you haven't thought of yet. And there's some people that never thought of that. And that's the whole reason the stream is to be like a creative exploration and like new ways of figuring out how to do this. Position sizing is the biggest lesson you've caught from us. Very cool. You've been taught by excellent traders that couldn't articulate the concepts like we do, which made their strategies unusable. Position sizing is very hard to tell people to do because you almost need like a rigid, regimented system. And ours is very meticulously created based on understanding the distances that this oscillates and moves and volatility and all that's built into it. If I want to scale my channel, I'll have to ignore haters. I don't know. I mean, we're up 4,000% this year. I think we're doing okay. I usually don't play into haters, but I usually use whatever is in front of me for content. Content is good. So I always ignore haters for sure, like on socials and whatever. It doesn't ever faze me. Can your resilience show when it went positive if you zoom in a little? Yeah, so if you go here, click on this button at the top, you'll see that resilience will actually have a 2-second update to show you when it updates. So every 2 seconds, you can kind of get like a more fine-tuned resilience right now. So if I zoom in on it right here, you can see it 0.42. It's literally right on the edge. It's a little bit better than this one because this one just locks into the candles. This is like 1 minute snapshots. This is like every 2 seconds. So if you really want to fine tune, zoom into this guy. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna eat my breakfast real quick. I'll be right back. EST, DD band. I think we're probably okay from here. breakfast sandwiches are so good. I'm super hungry, Matt. Matt that hasn't eaten anything real in like 2 days, Matt. It's today giveaway bonanza, the last day of the month, which should be today. Oh shit. Well, we'll have to do it Monday or Tuesday. Where's my mouse? Here we go. Oh crap! It is giveaway bonanza. Oh, we'll do it on Tuesday. Yeah, somebody said they're not haters. They're just mad that Matt's getting excited about a big loss. I know. I know, exactly right. I hate to share my excitement of... The thing is this, right? Is that you guys all know I've been here long enough. All week I was saying I'm going to long and buy dips, and I've explained the trade a million times. If I fall to key pivot and fails, and fall to key pivot and fails, and the market just beats every bull pivot I've got and dies, then I'm good. I told you guys that I hope I blow up all my prop accounts because I'm gonna make a huge bank. Like the whole point of the trade structured that way is for that. But there's somebody that's like joined the stream today or something, like the first time they joined the stream. I buy the dip here and it fails. I'm like, oh yes, at least I got puts. I buy the dip in NASDAQ and it fails or whatever. I'm like, oh cool, okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. But if you missed the first half of the conversation last week, you don't exactly understand why I'm happy. You're just like, I copied the guy's trades and it lost, and why is he okay? And I lost money. Oh, it's kind of like the show Arrested Development, right? It rewards you for your loyalty. The more you pay attention to the show, the more the funnier the jokes get. So in this particular example, this is a structured trade I do all the time in market top, where this is possible. It doesn't mean that I'm, you know, it always sucks when people have bad trades, but other people have bad trades, they get upset. I get it. But I am kind of okay if the market does dump on me. I'm pretty cool about it. But the idea that I know it's unpredictable and a little kind of dynamically weird right now is sort of why I set it up to be this way. I knew it was going to be hard to trade unpredictable. And at least when I scream like I'm blue in the face, this is the trade I'm doing over the course of the last like week. You know, the whole point is I'm trying to at least educate you guys on the potential of me doing that. But the longer you're here, the more you'll learn. My trading style is different. Just again, like one contract. This kind of spooked me a little bit. I'm keeping the risks somewhat low now. Just guys know until Friday we get 33% off with my funded futures off the 100k and 150k accounts. Big flash sale they're doing. It lasts until the end of the week. So make sure you guys capitalize on that if you guys use my funded futures. It's pretty big. Elite Trader Funding will do a giveaway in just a little bit. ETF has a 4 direct to funded giveaways we're gonna do in a second. And Funded Next on Monday is gonna start their 40% off DLL sale, which is the big sale they always do, their biggest sale that they have. And you know, it kind of sucks. I'm over here cheering for the market to fall, and half of you guys might be long in. I know it sucks. It's kind of weird to be in a polarizing situation like that. I know it's probably gotta hurt. Oops. You know, like, there's going to be some times where I'm just going to be on a different side of trade as the majority of people, or at least I'll be hedged or something. Nothing I can do about it. But I do teach you guys the structure of the trade I'm doing. So Does this have a catalyst? I don't think so. Not from here. No, we're above it. So count is good. Free lifetime. Oh yeah, so we'll do the lifetime giveaway on the return of when we come back on the 1st or the 2nd. We'll do a lifetime giveaway and we'll give away Bonanza on the same day. So when we come back, yeah. Now teach us what strike price? Yeah, 550 a month out. That's it. So the strike I got was 550 a month out. So I grab puts here at this day and on this day, and 550 is it. That's basically to entertain the lows. Essentially this right here. That's it. Usually I don't tell you guys the strike price or like the exact structure of the trade because I don't want people to copy me and crowd the trade until I can fully get in it, because the whole point of me doing this is for me. You know, it's my trade. And usually, again, like I said, any edge or anything you do will crowd your trade. This is the one exception that I actually revealed my whole trade details to everybody right ahead of time. Usually I keep my options trade. I tell you I'm an options trade and I don't really tell everybody like all the details of it. I really do like to protect it because I know if people crowd into it, it's going to raise, you know, it's going to raise attention to that level. Like my big bet that I made, or big-ish bet, when I did 50K right here total to long the market, I didn't really tell people the details of that because I didn't want people to crowd it. But this is a smaller bet, 15K so far. I even thought about yesterday doing a little bit more, but I didn't add to it. And I'm telling you guys this time it's 550 a month out. So probably actually here. How does theta affect returns? Well, theta is the biggest enemy to the return, right? So if it takes all month to get there, you know, I'm going to lose value all day. I don't really care about theta because it's all or nothing hedge. I'm not going to try to exit with some value. I'm going to lose everything if it doesn't work, which is totally fine. I've accepted that as the nature of the beast. I'm going to continue to long the market every day as I've been doing. And if it ultimately the market does die out at this kind of topping pattern over the course of the month, then I'm just basically covered. If it dies out, this is about where it will die to. If I even get close to here at the end, I might take profit. Or if I get close to here early on, or there, I'll take profit fully. I'll just take the gains. I don't try to hold for market crash or anything. It's just to offset some risk. If we go from here to here in the next week, I'm going to 10x the money. If we go here to here in the next maybe 2 weeks, it might like 5x. If it takes all month to get there, I could probably double the money. If not, or not get there, but depends on. It just depends on how far it goes. If I get anywhere close to the vicinity within the month, it's gonna at least be 100%, which is completely hedging the entire value of the prop firm holdings that I have. So I consider each prop firm as like an asset I'm hedging against. Prop firm is a total loss investment. If you lose it, you lose the whole thing. And so I'm just hedging the complete value of the prop firm, which is so great because prop firm is like, you can leverage so much higher in a prop firm than you can in a real futures account because a prop firm is infinite leverage. You literally can turn $200 into $1 million. They give you fake leverage. Your $200, you can trade 15 S&P contracts in some prop firms. Here, give us $200. Here's $300,000 of leverage and a paper account, and we'll pay you if you make money. $200 for $300,000 of leverage of contract potential. $200? You kidding me? Even discount broker is not even that levered. Like they lever $500 a contract, 3 times as much. You get three times less. Prop firm 90% off Apex, all in cost $200. Blows my mind. So my goal is just to hedge the total value of the accounts, my investment. So M. Zaner says the investment on this channel is vastly different than any other one. True risk management approach to growing and protecting capital like a professional. That's the only way you make money in the business, is by keeping the money that you have. And I only do this bet, and I teach you guys in the boot camp, but I'll teach it this time around again. I only do this bet when I start to get any of my greater market signals turn bearish, like DD ratio goes less than half. That's the main one. That happened twice this month. Does not usually happen. So the scare was there. And then so on the first retrace, usually the big green up day after some selling is when I load up on the puts. This day I did it here, and it actually was a loss. This day I did it here, and actually it's sort of holding on. And only when I get the added bonus of volatility is possible. VIX is at the contango midpoint on the edge. This can be a bounce point on VIX, which means the range can expand on the S&P, which will allow me to find lower lows on the expanding range, as that creates a megaphone pattern. Therefore, 550 is a worthwhile strike price that's both conservative, but also allows for expansion due to volatility. And that's really why I chose that strike. There's also monthly maps support there as well, which makes it a pretty good place to not bet too far against. 550, well, whenever I did it, this is where the liquidity pockets were. Now it's actually closer to 549. Well, that's about 550. So over the next month, this is where bear zone tops are. So I use that to say about where is my support going to be if the market just dips really hard, but still maintains bullishness. This is your support. So 550 was a great choice, being in that that's about where it can fall to and still find liquidity, even if it does ward off a sell-off. So all of that added up to being like a really good place. And I taught you guys more this time than I normally would reveal. Very little about it because I just nature of the trade. But this is a great learning experience for people, because I was like, okay, this time around, since it's a smaller bet, I could care less if people trade or crowd my trade. This time I'll tell you guys what I did and why I did it. Why did I short today if I had convictions the market would fall? Well, because I didn't have convictions the market would fall. I had convictions that market would support here and support here. And so far, this one didn't work and this one did work. So it's hard to predict if a market's going to fall. It really is. It's hard to do that. Instead of trying to predict markets will fall, because markets don't like to fall, instead, if signs are starting to look a little wobbly, they didn't look wobbly today. They still looked good. They still looked okay. Just in case it falls, cover your bases, right? It's like the mentality. It's really hard to predict if markets are going to fall. It's a great question, Berber. Picking tops is impossible to do. The market, but tops are a process, and markets will start showing you signs that it might be topping out. I don't think that it is, but it's going to show you signs. Bull day, bull day, bull day. Then we had that bear day and that bear day, and market went up and up and up and up and up again. And then we traded down and down and down again. And now we're like this. Okay. So the idea is, you know, here I got the signal. Here I got a couple more signals, and I see, okay, the market's starting to be shaky on shaky ground. Now this is maybe the top. I start thinking about it. This could be the top. Not that I'm betting against the bull market, but because it could be the top now that I know. But what you know that I don't do, which is kind of neat, is I have only said the bull market is reaching its end. I've said it one time there. I said it one time here and a couple of times here that these are potential tops. Of this entire rally since COVID, there's only 3 times that I've tweeted that this might be a top. This is when I made that tweet. I said, rip bull market, its last for 2 years is finally over. And this is pretty damn good because that nailed it there. I didn't get the exact day, but this is when I got the signal. Not any of these other days didn't fool me. Then here we got 2 back-to-back signals. And so it's very rare that you'll see me load up on puts to hedge. The whole way up, I didn't do it one time. So here, that candle was damning enough, and I made a tweet about it. I said, rip bull market. And then here we got 2 bear signals again. And so I'm pretty good at finding the signal after it happens. And all the other random red candles don't ever necessarily fool me. So I'm pretty good at that. But I'm not good at picking the top. I just know that that red day, okay, that was bad enough. That's probably was the top. You never really know until you start breaking through bull levels that you should be holding. It means the bears are taking over. So an example today, if this just catalyzes into a big sell-off day, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bear market. But if we start crushing into bear territory and this ratio falls below half, or on monthly maps, we drop into bear territory, then that's how we know. Those are our two ways of catching reversals. As an example, QQQ, while it is selling today, is still bullish support all under here. If this was falling into a light gray box and it was light gray over the course of time, then I would say, okay, it's bearish, which is why I'm looking at this and saying, I don't really think this is a top anymore. Things are sort of stabilizing, and hopefully it is, but anything can happen, right? The signals aren't necessarily there for it to be bearish. So somebody asked why didn't I just short my conviction was there. My conviction wasn't there to be bearish. So that's a great question. What migrator indicators were saying at the start of the stream? Yeah, so at the start of the stream, we have 3 indicators that we look for to see if the market's bullish. It's a pretty simple, quick, and dirty way to do it. So the indicators are as follows. This is the bull bear bias ratio. If it's greater than half, the market's bullish. Right now it's 72. It doesn't really change from day to day that often until market moves. And if you had like traded up the previous day and then the market is overnight and then you're starting anywhere in the vicinity, you can assume it's roughly the same as it was the day before. So right out the door in pre-market, before we get the calculation, I assume that that was going to be greater than half. So DD greater than half just means most of the market cap is bullish. And so check, we're good. The other thing is that S&P is above its monthly hedge pressure, which is really kind of the overall gauge of the market. And SPY's liquidity map monthly hedge pressure is like way down at the bottom. So the S&P has bullish hedging all the way through here, both on monthlies, and this is the weekly one, but this is the greater market is looking at this. So it's very simple. This greater than half, check. SPY above this orange line, check. So it's bullish from here over the course of the month. So the market could sell off over the course of the month and still find support, you know, somewhere in that vicinity. This number will change every day, but it's telling you that's the moving target where support can be. Those two together are your basic bearish indicators, bullish indicators. They're both bullish-ish today, but doesn't mean the market's going straight up. This ratio is telling me the market's supporting at bull zone. This being greater than orange line is support. Both of these are the limit to the selling today. Basically to say, if the worst case scenario happens and the market just dumped on volatility, but it was still bullish, all of your bulls would be right there. So that's like your longer term dipping potential. That's 6320 level. If I were to map that out like here and show you guys what that looks like, that's roughly down in here, right? That's very similar to where my support is on my QQQ as well. And when I look at those indicators, they just help me decide if I'm going to be bullish or bearish or doing bull setups for the day. Now, today we fell through my bull setups because again, we're in that weird transitional market phase. But the way that I trade it is instead of trying to flip short, is I trade both sides just in case that way I don't have to be right. Kind of the idea, the trick of using some of my prop gains to buy puts is that I can trade both ways. I don't have to be right. You know, picking the short or picking the long, you have to be right. But the idea is I'm wrong on one side and I'm right on the other, which is what I actually prepped for. This shouldn't have broken, especially today when the indicators were all bullish today. Everything looked great. This shouldn't have happened. This was alarming. That shouldn't have happened. It is extremely rare that resilience being positive does not create at least a half gap touch. This is the rarest of the rare. And this is a B setup, but the Nasdaq stocks were selling so hard and there was no rotation. It was complete liquidation that the S&P just essentially never made it. So right about here, you know, the S&P resilience went negative down in here. It was completely lagging. It's so rare to see a detachment like this. So I got caught off guard and then took some losses on that. So the rare thing happened and nobody could plan for the rare thing. This should not have happened. So rare thing number one, this tried to bounce and then broke. That shouldn't have happened either. Rare thing number two, this bounced, which is good. But if this breaks, this is rare thing number three. When rare things happen on top of each other, the bulls are starting to just randomly liquidate. You can't plan that's going to happen. The market can be bullish, 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 bullish. And some firm is like, okay, take profit today. and they decide to take profit when all signs are bullish. Then that brings the market down, which squeezes people and can squeeze people and cause a chain reaction. Nobody can predict that. I mean, that's the whole point of it. Nobody can predict that. Oh shit, let's do giveaways. I forgot all about it. But the idea is that you're getting signs that something like that is possible so you can plan for it. And the idea is I can't plan for the exact moment that the bull side just fails, but I use options to hedge over the course of a month so I don't have to predict it. I can just be ready in case it happens. So the whole reason about options is that you can do this like wide sweeping trade that you don't have to get the exact day right or the exact pivot right. Just one day, your shit's gonna fall apart. I've only lost 2 trading days this month. This will be the 3rd one. On futures, at least. If the market just fails me, I'm covered over the course of a month. So does that make sense? Hard to predict that somebody's just gonna decide to liquidate everything when market's nice and bullish. Do I use stop losses? Right, I do. So I use 40 points on NASDAQ below a key pivot and 10 points under S&P on a key pivot. So the idea being that options will allow me to just have this catch-all insurance in case I wreck my car this month. All right, let's do the ETF giveaway. I totally forgot to listen to you guys. Type ETF in chat. We'll be doing something really cool. So lead trader funding, right? Very solid firm. They pay out, no denial payouts. I have a live account with these guys. Very good. Worked very close with them. They're progressive. They have a different rule set than a lot of the firms do, but they have a direct to funded program, which is really nice. And I think ETF is the best static account in the business. They have currently have like an 80% off sale, and it's pass one, get one free. So any of the accounts you have with them that are not fast track are 80% off. And they have a pass one, get one free sale. So if you pass one of the evals, you get one for free, which is kind of a cool deal. So they're doing this now, which is amazing. Like I said, I'm not on their payroll. They don't sponsor the stream or anything right now as of this date. I just particularly like the program. And some of the people that work at the company used to work for me. So that's why I know it's good peeps behind the scenes. My former community manager is their community manager now, which is nice. You probably got a bigger salary there. That was greater than 0 that was here at the time we were paying. But jokes aside, they're amazing people over there. I love those guys. We do have 4 direct to funded accounts to give away. The direct to funded program is really awesome. If you guys like trader funding programs, very few of them take on the challenge of creating a direct to funded program. It's a little different, right? You're used to the whole model of do an eval, pass eval, go funded, try to get funded, right? There's a whole psychological step the minute you go funded. You might have spent a whole 2 weeks getting funded, passing eval, and then 2 weeks go by, you pass, you blow up your funding account the first day. There's a psychological barrier at that point, right? It's a little harder when you're like, okay, I just got funded. Now they have a direct to funded program here, and they have one at Tradeify as well. I'm trading that one on stream. These guys I'm live with, that's why I'm not doing their evals anymore. But direct to funded is a plan that goes directly to funded. That's it. You skip the eval, you skip that whole psychological step, and immediately all your work is being put into your paid account. They're typically direct to funded programs will be slightly more expensive. Now we do get a sale with Rocket Scooter code. It'll be tremendously different than the listing price. We typically get their best sale. If it's 80% off, we'll get 80% off. But direct to funded is really neat because you immediately start off with a funded account. There's no eval side to it. So the psychological barrier is gone, which is nice. They have 2 different kinds, 25K and a 50K. They have different payout cycles. Now, what's traditional with the direct to funded program is it's not an uncapped payout. It's usually a tiered payout system, which is pretty normal. An example is every 7 days with Tradeify, I can take out $3,000 for the first couple of payouts and then 35 after that. Here, every 15 days, you can take out 5,000. So a little bit longer trading day, but you get a bigger chunk of money. So twice a month, you can qualify for the payout technically for 15 trading days. So it's maybe like once a month, 20 days in a month trading. So you just get tiered payouts. But the thing is you can skip the eval, which makes it kind of nice. You can trade up to 5 accounts at a time. And swing trading is allowed. It's another cool idea that they had there. Once you get $20,000 in payout, they will consider you for a live account, which is where you ultimately want to go with the prop firm, is to be live. Once you pass all the tests, a live elite account will be where you go. And the live account will just be basically where you're actually in a real funded account with real capital and the taxes are better and, you know, etc. Live is kind of like a better place to be than eval on a tax. Oh. So type in ETF in chat, you guys. Let me set this up. Hold on, I gotta do some Amazon returns really quick. We do giveaways on the stream every single day. We do roughly 200 accounts giveaway every month. I'm trying to ask for maybe like 100 more. Oh, let me show the code here. Hold on one second. Your returns. Oh, maybe she already did it. Hold on. Hello? Hey. Hey, did you already return everything? You don't need the codes anymore, do you? For the Amazon? Okay. Because I was like going through my Amazon, I was like, wait, where's all the codes? And I said they were already returned. So you already did that. You don't need it anymore, do you? Oh, how nice of you returning my stuff. Thank you. Okay, have fun. No, because we're Gatorades though. In a regular loaf of bread. Okay, cheap bread, like Mrs. Bear's or something. Right, like basic sandwich bread. Yeah. They can't hear you. You're on speaker. You're not on speaker. Should I put her on speaker? Okay, perfect. All right, have fun. Bye. She goes, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do for you tonight? Wait, am I on speakerphone? I was like, no, you're not. I was like, maybe I should put her on speaker. She's like, I'm gonna get all this stuff that we have in food. I'm gonna make you the best sandwich you ever had. I'm just like, oh yeah. Cause she made bread last night. It's like, oh, tell me more. Stay away from grains in the US. Tons of chemicals. Yeah. I totally see that. All right, guys, it is giveaway time. Every single day. We do giveaways every day. Don't forget to type in ETF in chat. Brutal ass trading day. Lower DD band. Not picking up any momentum, but we'll see what ends up happening. All right. Song submission. Let's go. Let's spin the wheel for 4 direct to funded accounts. Oops. It's full screen here. With all your technical analysis, another trend line, another level only brings winner number 1. Now I can see it better. I kind of wanted to put the chart off to the side. Try to make this full screen so you can see the full giveaway. That way you guys won't miss it. Don't think winner number one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Type something in chat. You're now a funded trader with Elite Trader Funding. Way to go. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Sticky Dave Mac. I think like sometimes when you make an account, YouTube puts like that suffix on it. Like the 3-letter suffix, I think is whenever there's whenever YouTube switched to like, I don't know, I think it's like YouTube generated. I don't think people pick it, but when you make a YouTube account, it recommends a name for you. And it's usually a suffix with a 3-letter code. So if like you type in, it might have been remnants of whenever they switched over to that. Some unique conventional naming system. Because you'll see like names like, so Sticky Dave Mac. Like you have a name, I see this all the time and it's like 1G7 or whatever. It's like a dash with 3. I don't know when YouTube generated that suffix for some of these unique IDs, but a lot of them have it. Trevor, I currently use, I use Funded Next and I use my Funded Futures and I use Tradify. Some people have it, some people don't. I don't know why it happened, but it happened. I love that song so much. It would be absolutely great if DD Band held today. THD, MHM. So I kind of made it full screen so we can still see the charts and still see the giveaway all in like one spot here. That way it's easier, you guys won't miss it. THD, MHM. Brady 4870. We'll be doing a bunch of giveaways today on My Funded TV as well. My next hour, I'll be live on that show, and we're going to do probably 50 accounts again. I think it's 50, so don't miss out today. They're really celebrating this billion thing they're doing. We do more giveaways here than any other stream, that's for sure. Brady 4870. Okay, the winners. So those of you that won today, you need to go to the Discord. What I want you to do is you go to my contest channel in Discord. Discord, the link is in the description below. You're going to go into the contest channel. You're going to message Slacks, who's one of the admins at Rocket Scooter. You'll find him in that channel, or he's one of the admins, top right of the channel. Send him a message. Let him know you won the contest. He already knows you're waiting. Already have an account with Leecher Funding, and it'll hook you up with the way to get the code. Make sure you have an account. Let him know the email ID of the account that you have. Rocket Scooter, you're my number one. What a cute freaking song. Cute as heck. All right. Does the market die today? That's the question. Now, I'm going to be losing on theta. So if the market falls and is sitting still, I'm probably not up 100% on the puts. Probably still at maybe 80%. Let's see. Nope, 92%. So I'm still up 92% on my puts today, which is good. Which is roughly, you know, like on the 15,000, about 12,500 profit, which is good. But say, Paul, today, when I go to My Funded TV, come over there because we're going to be doing 50 accounts today. They're still doing their billion thing. Oh, hold on. Get back to... Oops. Got you guys. Where the hell did I put that? Dumb. Oh, here it is. Rocket Scooter, you're my number one. I think Pat Whelan has puts. I don't know if he trades options. Not sure. Pat just opened a car dealership. That's crazy. He's going the opposite route. He started off as a trader and he ended up a car salesman. I'm just joking. I love Pat. No, but he's opening up an exotic car dealership. That's where that's the high end car dealership. It's pretty dope. I saw on Twitter he got approved for his car dealership thing today. Yeah, so Pat's not become a car salesman, but like exotic rare cars. It just he's got money to spend and invest in cool things. That's neat. They bought a bunch of Pilates studios for his girlfriend. Now he's dealing exotic cars now. But the joke, obviously the joke is most people try to go the other way from car salesman to become a trader. You don't become a successful trader, then turn into a car salesman. But he's obviously the higher echelon of car salesman. But jokes aside, we love Pat. That's funny. But yeah. So he's been buying, and I've been watching his Twitter. He's been buying like cars left and right. That's why people said they don't think it's believable that somebody can make 10K a day on a YouTube channel. I'm like, I know people that make 100K a day on their YouTube channel. I think Pat owns like 50 cars now. I think people underestimate how valuable brands can be. Times. That's the world's #1 prop affiliate endorsed trader. Asmongold, way more than 10 day. Oh, 100%. Yeah. All the people in the OTK or whatever they're called make a boatload of money. There are like gaming traders out there to get paid $1 million a year just to sip an energy drink on their stream. All right, we've got about 20 minutes before I head over to My Funded TV. Yeah, triple bottom on NQ1. Q sitting on the edge of basically falling apart. There's a catalyst here on NASDAQ. So this is very important to what Rocket Scooter trains on. This is today's bootcamp class. It's automatic sit out down here if you're losing cat levels, so be careful. That's a risk interval drop on a straight run move without retracing. This could catalyze a huge fucking move, so be very careful. Let me make sure I've got my thing marked. Like I said, we don't want to see the market collapse, but I got insurance in case it does. I don't like it. 574. Yeah, I mean, we just broke through all kind of levels today. This is the middle. Oh, the market could die. Crazy die. Please don't mention puts on MFFU TV. LOL. I mean, I get paid to educate. I got to teach people something. What am I going to talk about today? I'll give you guys one final piece of advice when it comes to props and affiliates and people making money off of YouTubes and stuff. Let me just be the real one with you guys to tell y'all something. Whatever you think your average influencer makes, you're off by a factor of 10. Just letting you know. There's a lot of people out there that misunderstand how much money is being thrown around right now. There's nobody out there trying to tell you how much they make. They don't want you to know. Whatever you think it is, multiply by 10 though. In your head, you're vastly underestimating endorsement deals some people are getting. But when I tell you, the incentive for them is to keep churning numbers. So just be on the lookout. You know, I try to look out for you guys, make sure y'all don't get wool pulled over your eyes. You'll know if somebody's really teaching you trading, and you'll know if somebody's really not. You'll know if somebody's being risky and gambling a lot, because if you copy what they do. Statistics show that 60% of people trading will copy what the trader's doing. And they know that, and this is something that's part of their business plan, and they make risky bets, and so will you. And they make money when they win, they make money when they lose, because you use their code, and it's an infinite money glitch, and it's 10 times what you think it is. How's my pickleball court coming along? It hasn't left the talking phase. We all got together one day and talked about it, and we're looking into the feasibility of it. And then IDOC's parents went home, because like it was going to be me and IDOC, and then we were like thinking, okay, we're going to do it. And then her brother came in. He was like, you know, we should get on the pickleball court game. And we were like, yeah, we're kind of already thinking about it. And then her mom was like, well, I want to get in on it too. Let's all pitch in our money and get one or get a couple of them. And then they went back to Vietnam, and then nothing happened out of it. So we're still thinking about it. I don't know. I think her brother was going to do research to see if we can't find a distressed, already built facility that kind of is shutting down or not making money, and then buy it and revamp, so that way we don't have to invest the capital and laying everything fresh. But then I don't know, but not yet. It hasn't left the talking phase. We're there, so I don't know what the status of all of them, but it's like, for me, it's like they're gonna do all the work and try to figure out something, but I don't know if they've done anything yet. I'll have to check up with her. I've kind of forgotten about it since they went back. So Pat makes 10 million. I would say a month. I would say Pat probably makes about 5 million a month. He posts his quarterly tax statement, or quarterly tax payments. Guy pays a couple $1,000,000 in taxes every quarter. Divide that by 0.4. This is an average. And I'm not just talking trading on YouTube. They have a ton of other businesses. I would say from Prop affiliate stuff, probably at least $1 million a month. Yeah, endorsements, deals, all of that. But the idea is that they have all kind of things they invest in, businesses, everything. They're all making money across the board. So I would say he probably makes about $5 million a month across all the businesses and all the trading and all the everything. This year, he's probably 3 or 4 times bigger than this year than last year. I'm just guessing. But obviously, like his business aspirations have grown beyond just his YouTube. You know, they, like you say, he's opening an exotic car dealership. Imagine owning a Lambo, then imagine owning a Lambo dealership where you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different story. Like the kid that's like, I wish I had a Lambo, and the other kid is like, I wish I owned so many Lambos I could sell them as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's the P&L today? Oh, it's not the best. Let me give you a picture. I totally did not share with you guys. My bad. Remember, one of my accounts that got funded was never given to me, so I'm down one account. They're still trying to figure out where it is. So I will take a picture of that. So I'm down. There you go. So of the 5 accounts that I have, here they are. It's not as bad as it could be. But some of them are up, some of them are down. The ones that are down pretty decent. So it's probably a pretty hefty day. But the idea is I'm still long off of DD bands, so a lot of these will probably hopefully turn green by the end of the day. But that's the P&L. It's pretty gnarly. What's that? 8, 10, 12. So probably about 10K down. I remember small potatoes. I mean 60, 70K payouts this month. So across all the accounts, it's probably the worst day I've had all month, but I'm hedged for it, so I'm okay. Not entirely worried. Yeah, res is improving on ES, which I kind of want to see. We'll see what turns out of this one. I don't do any copy trading. I split my trading up. So currently, as of the state, is my prop accounts are down roughly 10K. Again, that's just prop account. That's not actually lost value of anything. They're all still alive. So I haven't lost anything yet on the prop accounts. And my options are up roughly 12, 13,000 in profit. I'm exactly where I want to be. Which right now is I'm long in half of these accounts right now off of lower DD band on S&P. And if that plays out, then I hopefully turn out green in the prop accounts. And I almost want the options to lose, but am I holding the gap fill? If S&P res goes greater than 0, which it was, and I was excited about that, the answer is I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that not only once, not only twice, but we should be okay. Hopefully okay. But not too bad. So yeah, down about 10K across the 11 accounts. One of my funded accounts was never delivered to me. I filled out the form. Yeah, so that's weird. I filled out the agreement this morning. One of them popped up immediately. One of them is not even popped up. So I passed 2 yesterday, the final 2. One of them is there, one of them is missing. So I guess that's good that one of them never showed up. I didn't have to touch it today. It looks like I lucked out. But anyways, I mean, no, other people are going to make money out there in their YouTubes and stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, somebody was somebody was like curious when I must have accidentally leaked out that I was like, oh yeah, I probably make about 10K a day across everything I do, not including trading. They were like, I can't believe that you could think you can make that much with YouTube. I'm like, that's the low end estimate. People make 10 times what you think they make on YouTube. There's a lot of these people out there. These influencers are banking. Apex tossing people $100,000 a month salaries on top of commissions. Just talk about us. We'll give you money. Back in the day. So don't always think that these influencers got your best interest at heart. They're making money hand over fist in this environment. Would you get flagged and fund an X if you long in one and short in another? Yes, you would get flagged. On YouTube? Well, YouTube is the funnel for everything. And on YouTube, yeah, that's about right for YouTube. YouTube has dozens of ways to monetize, not just ad revenue. YouTube would include sponsorships, endorsements, things like that. That's accurate. That's certainly accurate. I'll tell you, if you are running a YouTube live stream, no matter what you're doing, gaming, trading, whatever, you should try to monetize it like dozens of parallel streams of revenue. If you're just sitting there trying to collect ad revenue, it's not a lot of money. How's the best straight to funded? I would say Tradeify and ETF are both really good. Somebody said, Matt, you're literally an influencer. I hate that word. You think the person thought of only what YouTube revenue pays in ad revenue? Well, if you're only thinking about ad revenue, then you have to expand your mind. There's more. If you have a brand, you should monetize it as many ways over as you can. Ad revenue, I think my monthly ad revenue checks are like $2,000 to $5,000 in that range. Somewhere in there. Plus the super chats and the donations and stuff. That all adds up to like roughly that. It's not a lot of money. It just goes into buying boot camps for people and stuff for the giveaways. But the thing is that it's not, if you just think that all it is ad revenue, then that's like why some people make a lot of money. You have to expand beyond that, right? Like I said, I know some gamer that gets paid $1 million a year to drink an energy drink on their stream. That's it. Here's a salary. Plus you get a coupon code and commissions. In trading, prop employers get paid. If you get $100,000 a month from a prop firm, that's $5,000 a day divided by 20 is 20 trading days. Only takes one big prop firm deal and you're making 10, 20K a day, including commissions, everything else. And that's all under the influence of your brand, whatever your brand is, Insta, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you're doing. That's why there's a million people trying to get into the influencer game and trading. Yeah, I never specified ad revenue. That's not the big source of income from a YouTube channel. What's the average YouTuber gets per 1,000 views? Probably about $10 per 1,000 views. We get 10 to 15,000 views a day, so we'll get $100 to $200 in ad revenue a day. Times 20 gets to be about 2,000. Ad revenue is not a lot. I mean, you know, I have to fully disclose my endorsements. I mean, I'm endorsed with by my funded futures, funded next. And the fairness of advertising laws, I have to tell you, you know, these are paid promotions. I mean, I get a paycheck from my funded futures to be on YouTube. They literally pay me to be on YouTube. Speaking of that, they're about to pay me to get on YouTube, so let's go on over there. Here's the link, guys. We'll be live on my funded TV in just a little bit. Slightly employed. Yeah, Matt has a job now. Like I said, I didn't mean to leak it out, but I think it was in context of the conversation somebody was asking. But yeah, that's not I wasn't being dishonest. It's about accurate about what my why I stream all day, my activity on YouTube. That's about when it pays me. Maybe dishonest about it. But I don't want people to think I'm bragging about it, but I'm definitely honest about that. It's significant. I wouldn't be streaming from 7 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon if it wasn't worth my time. I'd rather be playing video games, sleeping. Is that the wrong link? Hold on. Oops, wait, hold on. Wait, wrong link. Hold on. Wrong link, don't go there. Here we go. Go here. Go here. Lately, I was playing the DLC for Elden Ring for a little bit, which I was really loving. And then I kind of just got bored with it. I didn't even finish it. And then I started playing Battlefield 6 beta when it came out, which I absolutely loved. And then I was I just got back into Apex because Tradeify is having an Apex tournament. So if you guys want to enter the Apex tournament with me, we have a gaming channel on our Discord. Just go sign up for it. We'll break up into squads and we'll enter with a couple of teams and go beat on these guys at Tradeify if you guys want. And Expedition, dude, I heard Expedition 33 is really good. I actually bought it on Steam and I was going to play it on my Steam Deck, and it's not really that compatible on Steam Deck. It plays really wonky. So I have to play it on PC. And there's a whole subreddit dedicated to how much it sucks on Steam Deck. So I might just have to sit at my computer and play it. Did I play Mortal Kombat? No, I don't play Mortal Kombat anymore. Trade Day is a future prop firm. We can explore that later on in the afternoon if you guys want. Here's the link for the My Funded Futures show. Speaking of that, so let's head on over there. I'm just curious, as a vote, what do you guys think my page? I'm not going to tell you because it's private, but I'm just curious what you guys think. What do you think my paycheck is to work for My Funded Futures? What do you think they pay me? I'm just curious what the community actually thinks. By the way, this is that poll you guys have with Apex. Yo, Sticky, what's up, dude? Oh, congrats, man. Won the ETF account. Guys, remind me today that Sticky Dave donated 4 boot camps for you guys. Remind me to do it this afternoon. I got to run out of here to go over there, but I really appreciate you, buddy. I love you guys on the stream. You know I love y'all so much. Even though I talk like an older brother that's looking out for you. You know I love you guys. $100 per video. 500 an hour, $1 million, 100K a month, 25K a month. I'm just curious what the perception is. Yeah. 500K a month. I would tell you 500K a month would be awesome. That would be great, but it's not that. So I'll give you a hint. It's not 500K a month. That's a little high. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. Down about 10K on the props. I'm up about 12K on the options. I don't want to talk about the options. I might get some people hate me for it. But whatever. I'm exactly where I need it to be. All right, let's get out of here. I love you guys. We'll see y'all later in the afternoon. Come back. We'll do tons of giveaways today as we always do. And thanks for tuning in. Long the market, bought some puts. People hated me for it. And it's fine. 50 pounds of turkey bacon a month is the answer. All right, guys, here's the link. Y'all head on over there. Come on by. Keep supporting over there. They really enjoy having y'all on stream, and they try to do the bigger giveaways on our segment.
So